hopefully the internet stays good. It seems like it's been okay. It's been stable for the past few hours, so
Yeah.
should be all right. Yeah, I don't know what was going on. Like, I was working on stuff earlier in the day, and it was just, I was listening to the lo-fi stream on YouTube. It would just keep stopping and cutting out, and like the internet was just going back and forth, and I was like, I mean, there's probably work in the area. I'm sure that's what was causing it. But...
Yeah, I was sitting here editing today, and my internet kept going in and out too, and I'm just like, hopefully it doesn't keep doing this by stream time.
Yeah. Okay, Brian, we got another trial we gotta do, buddy.
Let's do it.
I hope
Let's
you
get
don't have
that
any
area.
plans for the rest of this night, because this is it. This is your plans.
I have plans to die.
Good. Can I just fucking fast travel out of here?
Let's do it. Let's get that fuck out of Dodge.
Yeah. Go to the, yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh my god, Ralph subscribed. Tier 1, this
Yo!
subscribed for 4 months, currently on a 4-month streak. Thank you so much, Ralph. I didn't hear the sound alert that time. That was weird.
Yeah, okay, so it's just for you. Okay, it's not just me. All right, you hear that too. Well, you don't.
Yeah,
hear that.
I just looked over and saw it, but yeah, I didn't hear it. That was weird. Hey, Panic, you're sexy.
Well, panic. Yeah.
So how about that?
Oh,
Gotcha.
Got him.
All right, guys, we got a trial tonight, and like 2 people are dead, and we got to figure that whole situation out. And like originally, when fucking Angie died, I was thinking like, well, Tenko seems to have like the most motivation to kill her, but then Tenko died, and I was like, well,
Oh well. Never
and like
mind.
all the evidence, and we'll go back over all the evidence once we're past this. But like all of it seems to point to Korakio, and it's like. It seems too obvious. Like, I feel like someone's trying to frame him, but, like, I don't know who would do that. But, like, just given all the scenarios, like, it kind of seems like it was Kyo. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I agree with that. Yeah, because, like, it's all dealing with, like, ancient shit, and it's like, this is a specialty.
Yeah.
You know, part of me may be thinking maybe it's the, what's his name? The little shit. Can't remember his name. The Emperor dude.
Gogichi?
Yeah, what's if it's like him? I don't know.
I doubt it. I doubt it's Kokichi. I sincerely don't think Kokichi, like, as much as a little shit he is, I think he's actually a little pussy bitch boy. I don't think he has it in him to kill anybody. I think, if anything, he's going to get killed at some point. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's just how I feel. Hey, Captain, Dangande Wahoo. Yeah, long Dangande, so fucking get comfy, folks. Get some snacks and drinks or whatever.
Do it.
Kokichi was a little bastard man last stream. Yeah, fucking dude, I was so upset when I thought he died too, and then he's like, gotcha. And I was like, what the fuck? I guess he actually was hurt though, so.
Yeah, he
I
actually
don't know
did
if
get
that's
hurt. Was he like passed out or some shit?
Well, he was checking out the other like empty rooms,
Yeah.
I guess, and then he like tripped and fell or something. I don't quite remember, but. Okay, let's get into it. It would appear we have all gathered, but it seems there are less and less of us.
Oh.
Less friends mean it that much harder to solve mystery.
Don't worry.
Well, don't worry. I'm sure you've gotten a little smarter by now, Gonta. Yeah, Gonta do his best to help. I'd want you to graduate from super idiot level to at least Kaito idiot level.
Oh. Hey, what is that supposed to mean?
You know what it means.
Are you okay?
More importantly, are you okay, Kaido?
Ah.
Yeah, I'm feeling better now. But wow, Maki Roll sure doesn't pack a punch. Does pack a punch.
It's your fault.
You don't need to worry about our dwindling numbers. Only dipshits have died so far.
That being said,
I know it's a tall order, but try to use your brains this time so I don't have to use mine.
booyah!
These golden brain cells of mine are a gift to the entire world.
Unacceptable.
It's as though every time you open your mouth, you become less likable. Should kill you instead. I mean...
Whoa!
Atua, please lend us your power.
But
it may be difficult for us to rely on Atua. Considering what happened to Angie, whom Atua loved most of all.
Well, you know.
She shouldn't have relied on Atua in the first place. But seriously, it's kind of funny seeing a robot believe in God, especially Atua.
I also.
So what? Robots can believe in God.
Indeed.
Actually, before I actually met Angie, I had a similar experience. Hearing voices, I mean.
Oh good, the robot's crazy.
You might call it an inner voice. It tells me what to do whenever I'm in trouble.
Got a minute?
How long are you gonna keep saying that for? Atua and ghosts don't matter right now.
Yeah, the trial time is gonna be rough. We gotta catch Monokuma's trap. Yeah. His traps.
Yeah.
Bro, I am hacking this up. This is great.
Oh, Cam, come on, man! On a fucking on a night where we're gonna be here for 4 or 5 hours doing it. Let's Bean Boozle. Come on, Brian, get the bean.
Damn it, here we go.
Cam, that's cruel, man. That's actually cruel.
Cam's grinning.
Trial nights are sacred. You broke the cardinal rule. I popped this early. It was gonna be a minute. Yeah, better you do it now than later, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, spin away.
It's the red one.
Coconut, spoiled milk.
Pomegranate and old Band-Aid. Oh boy.
Oh fuck! I dropped it. Got it.
Oh, now it's gonna have a hair.
Good. Gonna have one of my ball hairs that fell out.
Ew.
All right, bombs up, buddy.
Bums up.
And spoiled milk. Oh, it's a good sign of how this is gonna go.
Try the Band-Aid.
Oh! Fuck, man. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. All right. It's down. It's down. Thank you, Captain. We will remember this, by the way.
To my teeth.
I won't say when. Could be tomorrow. Could be 10 years from now, Captain. But we will get our revenge.
I don't want a tongue anymore.
Yeah, I'm just gonna cut it out. I don't need it.
To my teeth. Oh, God, and I have to read.
Yep.
Damn it. Whew. He probably made the 4th floor so scary on proposed to prevent them from investigating.
All right already.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, there's no way.
Hey, so.
Luigi, say something. Huh? What should I say?
Say something.
God, that is a bad.
Alright, let's go through it. Why did the seance fail? I never did figure out why.
I see he's still more interested in that than the case.
Damn.
This trial's gonna be rough, since I couldn't do any investigating.
You barely do shit anyway.
Yeah.
I respected Angie and Tanko so much since the moment we met.
Shut up! Nothing's gonna be solved by crying about it.
All right already.
Besides, that was a lie, wasn't it?
It's a lie.
Yup, you guys have me figured out already, so there's no point in keeping up the act.
Okichi never changes, no matter what the situation he's in.
What a little asshole. Kim says, I would love a Danganronpa style Kingdom Hearts game. I think it would be very blurred. That would be interesting.
Listen up.
Try using your brain cell on have to. My golden brain cells are a gift to the entire world. I already said that.
Please wait.
It's true, though. I don't know if it can be, attributed
Attributed.
to God per se.
I do like... I do like your guesses for words sometimes are clearly a word you've never even heard before, but you're like, maybe it's aptitude. You ever even heard the word aptitude before, Brian?
Nope. We're just going with it. I can hear an inner voice guiding me whenever I don't know what to do. I can explain why, but I believe that voice will lead me to hope, as long as I can listen to it.
Shut up! What the fuck is a robot talking about God anyway? It's unseemly.
You're so dumb.
That inner voice is probably just a radio or something, like in taxis and stuff.
That is not funny.
It was unwise of me to confide in you all.
Truly. Goda do his best to help. That's all. Okay.
Oh, right. She's going through it right now.
Yep.
So in the end, the culprit really was. No, it's nothing. We can talk about it once the trial starts.
You already know the culprit. Speak up, lady.
A Atua and Ghost don't really matter right now. The culprit is among us.
Pew 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 memes. Speaking of blurs, I've been listening to Disney music with interesting interpretations and old music with Disney interpretations. What does that mean?
What are you doing?
Panic, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
No, what are you doing? So many of those lovely pots have been smashed in the name of Danganronpa trials.
You know, you think about it, they have to replace that shit each time.
Yeah. That's alright, Monaco's got the money.
As usual, we walked towards the elevator in silence. As soon as we remaining survivors stepped aboard.
All aboard! Oh, it shows like a train conductor dude on the elevator.
It's like Tom Hanks from Polar Express.
Tickets!
All
Tickets!
aboard! Tickets!
We descended. Perhaps. Oh, sorry.
Whoa.
Perhaps because there were fewer of us, the elevator seemed to move faster. And so we fell, faster and faster, downwards into the black.
Yeah, because Angie and Tenko added so much weight to this elevator.
Oh, all of the hot air in Angie's head did weigh a lot.
Truly.
The elevator stopped, and just like always, the door parted slowly. The light that shined on us from the other side, the bright light of our future. Or is it?
Uh-oh.
Boy, they look really disappointed. Must be because there are even less participants now.
Don't say they look disappointed. You'll make Mono damn sad.
You know this is depressed, right?
Depressed.
Beep boop.
As much as I love to keep hearing this adorable back and forth. Let's hurry up and get this started.
Heyo, Mo.
Hiyo.
At last, the clash trial will begin. I hope you enjoy it to your heart's content.
At last, I'm giving you all the clap.
That was my plan all along.
The third class trial was about to begin. Angie Yunga Aga, the ultimate artist.
Angie, unga bunga.
She curated the Ultimate Academy student console to try to prevent the killing game. Then Tenko Kabashia, the Ultimate Aikido master.
Perfect.
She hated men, but I knew that she hated this terrible killing game even more. Two who were killed were both trying to stop the killing. And who was the one who killed them?
That is the $1 million question.
Was it one person? Or
2 people? Or 3 people? Or 4?
2 different people. We need to pin that down in this class trial. In order to live, we have to find the truth.
Yeah, folks, gotta find the truth.
And I will fight for it.
Damn straight.
I will fight with truth and lies in the class trial.
Yeah, lies as well. That's true. The lies, that's true. It's true that there are lies.
You gotta use them. You gotta use your lies.
It's a good
Usually the
thing
game
to
tells
do.
you when to use a lie.
Yeah.
But
I do like that it usually tells me, because if I had to just always decide on my own, like, when to lie, I would be very bad at it. Okay. God, once again, like, we only have, like, 5 points to buy anything with, but we have, like, so much, like, space to slot stuff in.
yeah, how do you
Kinda
get those
sucks.
skill points again?
Aren't those, like, friendship things you get from hanging out with people?
Oh, but we've been hanging out with people. Maybe just
we
because we're
haven't.
hanging out with too many different people.
Well, I don't think that's it, because every time you hang out, you get a friendship thing. I think it's more just that, like, because I usually run around so much and do different shit, like, we probably level up way more than we reasonably should be
Oh.
at this point. I don't really care about that. Sound slow conversations, except those the reticle is on. So these are all specifically for... Okay, these are the mass panic, and that's...
Mass panic. That's when everybody's talking at once, right?
I believe so, yes.
Okay.
And debate scrum is when there's the 2 teams up against each other.
Yeah.
I mean, that,
yeah, Hangman's Gambit.
that one wouldn't be
That-
bad, just to have it light up more so I can see more stuff.
I was just about to say that. That actually would be very useful because that's
Yeah.
kind of hard with the fish.
I might end up doing that, I think. Makes it easier to push the opponent back during blade lock. I mean, that's just when you mash it, right? When there's a blade lock.
I think so, yeah.
I'm fine with mashing it. That's not hard.
I'll mash
There's
it
a
all
time
day.
penalty for breaking a non-erasable piece, effective during imagination excavation. Have we done that one yet? I don't even remember.
That's the one when we had to mine and find the picture through the
Right,
squares.
right, okay. Time to gauge will increase at a faster rate, effective during an armament.
I don't know what the fuck that was.
Mm,
Yeah, I'd say go with the fishy light. That might be the most
Yeah.
useful right now.
I think so.
I hope you know the song anyway. Yes, I know the song from When Harry Met Sally. What song were we talking about?
So Panic said, you know the song "Let's Call the Whole Thing Off." You say potato and I say potato.
Oh. Oh, I missed that part.
Yeah, sorry, I missed it too. I looked over and that's when Mo came in and fucking hogged the spotlight as he always does.
You son of a bitch.
Okay. So we got that. Let's go ahead and go over the fucking bullets. Alright, a victim is the ultimate artist, Angie Yonaga. The victim's body was discovered in the ultimate artist research lab. The time of death is approximately 2 a.m. The victim was killed by a fatal stab wound to the torso. Additionally, she has lacerations on her forehead. The second victim is the ultimate Aikido master Tenko Chabashira. The victim's body was discovered in a vacant room on the 4th floor. The estimated time of death is 11 a.m. The victim was stabbed in the back of her neck, resulting in death. No other injuries were detected. Necronomicon, a book Monokuma prepared as a motive. Angie attempted to carry out the book's resurrection ritual. The Necronomicon resurrection ritual: prepare an effigy of the dead soul you wish to contact. Everyone may participate. The size and shape of the effigy is irrelevant. Make it out of whatever materials you wish. If it's not obvious who the effigy is supposed to be, label it with the name of the deceased. After preparing the effigy, burn this Necronomicon to ashes. Use caution, be mindful of carbon monoxide poisoning. Sprinkle the ashes on the effigy and repeat the name of the deceased 3 times. Then close your eyes and wait. After a while, you feel a light tap on your back. If so, that means the ritual was a success. The ashes are only good for one use. The ritual can only be performed once, so use it wisely. So the very fact that, like, this book was still intact means that she never actually went through with the ritual.
Yeah, she never did it.
Yeah. Panic says that's on, but covered by Donald and Daisy Duck.
Whoa.
That sounds interesting. Considering the laceration, the injury on the victim's forehead was not bleeding as much as it should. Okay. Bloody piece of duct tape stuck to her hair. The blood on it had already dried. The blood that was flowing from the back of Angie's neck created a pool. 4 wax effigies that were created for the resurrection ritual. They are exact replicas of the late Rantaro, Kaede, Ryoma, and Kurumi. They were hung upside down from the ceiling beams in the Ultimate Artist Lab. Art Lab's back door has a sliding lock. When Angie's body was found, the sliding lock was locked from the inside. The handle of the sliding lock moves at the slightest touch. Something gold and shiny was on the handle, so that's obviously the katana was used in some way to slide that lock.
Yeah.
I almost wonder, because when we found the katana, it was stabbed in Kaede's effigy, right?
Yes, it was like in her stomach.
And if I remember right, she was like the furthest back, right? Wasn't she the closest to the door?
Yeah, she was right here at the door.
So I'm almost wondering, like, was it a way where they like swung her like a pendulum or something in order to try to like get the sword to hit the lock or something? That seems really obtuse, but like I'm trying to think how they managed to lock that door while nobody was in the room. Nobody alive, anyway.
Yeah, I guess. Sorry, I was just visualizing it. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, okay.
We'll have to see.
Yeah, I don't have enough evidence to actually figure out how they're doing this locked room, but got a lot of everything, just not enough that connects yet.
Yeah. Yeah, I know Ain't That a Kick in the Head. It's a good song. Ain't that a kick in the head? Angie had locked herself in the Ultimate Artist Lab. Since yesterday, working on the ritual, she would not unlock the door unless someone from the student council asked her to. The student council members were Gonta, Kibo, Himiko, Tenko, and Sumugi. Our lab's front door. This door was a cylindrical lock. Monodam swallowed the only key, so it could only be locked and unlocked from inside the lab. Before Angie's body was found, the door was locked, but Kokichi opened it by picking the lock. Speaking of, Kokichi can lock and unlock the front door of the Ultimate Artist Lab with his lock-picking skills.
Lock-picking skills.
Gold leaf katana. It was stabbed into the Hun Kaede effigy. Because the katana is so old, the handle's gold leaf rubs off easily. There was blood on the tip. It was taken from the Ultimate Anthropologist Lab, so only the sheath was left in the display case. Anyone could have entered the lab. But covered by Goofy. Oh, that sounds good. I'd listen to that. Oh god, okay, Kid Child. In order to perform the Kid Child, you need 5 people, including a spirit medium, in a dark place with no light. First, draw the magic circle, passed down from the Kid Child village on the ground. Then the spirit medium must place their forehead on a stone and curl up like a turtle. They must do this at the center of the circle. After, the other 4 must make the following preparations. Place the iron cage over the spirit medium, and then cover that cage with a white cloth. Finally, place the dog god on top of the cage. Take care not to step on the magic circle during the preparations. Finally, turn off all the lights to make it completely dark, and your preparations will be complete. The seance will commence once all 4 participants stand at the corners of the room. 4 participants, not including the spirit medium, will sing the Cage Child song. After the song, ask, "Is the cage child?" Then say the name of the spirit. The spirit medium will reply with the voice of the spirit you have summoned. All right.
You have some.
You have summoned. Okay. Kibo's got a flashlight. Mio added it. Awesome. Tenko died in a crouched position. The injury on the back of her neck was deep, but probably not enough to kill her immediately. The iron cage that Tenko was in during the seance. It is around 3 feet high and 5 feet wide. Shuichi and Kokichi placed this over Tenko, and Himiko removed it. Tenko's blood was on the bottom of the cage. Okay.
Which is like the top at the same time, depending how you have it.
Yeah.
So that makes me believe that blood shot upwards.
Yes, that seems to be the case. Okay, the stone was by Tenko's body. During the seance, Tenko had been crouched over in the iron cage with her forehead on this stone. The loose floorboard right below Tenko, it was not loose before the seance. There was dried blood on the bottom part of the floorboard. So that's the thing, dried blood. So that wasn't Tenko's blood. Someone else's blood was there. So
Someone else.
could have been the blood of the killer. Maybe.
I mean, yeah, the only other individual that I know that had blood on them was Kokichi. He
Yeah,
got,
but his
hurt when
again,
he
his
fell.
was recent. I mean, his injury is more recent than Tenko's death, so it couldn't have been dried blood from him unless he bled earlier.
True. Good point. Yeah.
I almost wonder. So hear me out.
Okay.
Do you think it's possible that Angie might have died in this room and her body was moved to her lab?
Damn, like 2 murders took place here?
Yeah, well, because, like, the dried blood, if it's not Tenko's, and it's not Kokichi's, because, again, his was recent and in another room, then someone bled here before we did the whole seance. And the only other person we have proof of who was bleeding out was Angie. And it also said there was that, like, piece of duct tape that also had dried blood on it.
Yeah, okay.
And so, like, and they mentioned that, like, I'm sorry, I gotta go back to see what it said. Something about she had lacerations on her forehead. Here we go. Oh yeah, considering the laceration, the injury on the victim's forehead was not bleeding as much as it should. So
That could have been where the duct tape was holding the blood back.
what I'm thinking is she might have died another way, and then after the fact, they put the Blackened might have put in the lacerations on her forehead to make it seem like she died a different way, but because she was already dead, blood wasn't like pumping, so it didn't bleed as much as it should have. You know what I mean?
And I wonder if that was maybe the tip of the katana.
Yeah, I imagine it had to have been. Okay, yeah. A hole that was in the corner of the room the seance was held in. There's a space under the floor so you can see what was dropped there, which was a sickle, if I remember right.
Yeah.
A magic circle that was drawn with salt. It was drawn on the floor of the room where the seance was held. After Tenko's body was found, the magic circle was trampled on. That made it impossible to check the original shape. The sheet that was over the iron cage during the seance, it's very thick and cannot be seen through. There's blood on the back around the middle of the sheet, but there's no hole in the fabric. Kyo was the one who placed the sheet over the cage and removed it off the cage. Suspicious. The one statue that was put on top of the iron cage during the seance, it weighs about 175 pounds. Shuichi, Kokichi, Kyo, and Himiko worked together to put it up and remove it from the cage. During the seance, there was a loud sound while it was completely dark. On the cross pieces that support the loose floorboard in the room the seance was held in, only the portion that supports the floorboard was cut off. It wasn't broken naturally, it looked like someone had purposely cut it. Okay, the sickle that was under the floor of the room the seance was held in. The weapon came from the Ultimate Assassin's lab. The blade was about 6 inches and the blood was still wet. Small amount of blood that was on the ground under the floor of the room the seance was held in. It was quite far from where Tenko's blood was dripping. While Kokichi was investigating the neighboring room from where the seance was held, he had stepped through one of the floorboards. That room also had part of a crosspiece cut off, the portion that supported the floorboard. So, I wonder if we can assume that the third room had the same kind of setup too. Like someone knew that we were going to do a seance, they just didn't know what room it was going to be held in. So they like set up every room to be prepared for that.
The seance. Yeah. That's smart.
Yeah. Okay. Save again. Then we'll get right into it.
Diving on in. You know what that calls for, Mike?
What?
Let me put my coat on. Because we gonna need a little bit of law here tonight
Oh, there
for
you go.
this trial.
Oh my god, yeah. Look at you.
Let's do it.
Now then,
Love it.
let's begin
It's me,
with the
Law.
basic
One Piece.
of the crime.
We literally have law here.
The trial
He's law, I'm
is for who
order.
the culprit is, and vote for who done it. Vote correctly, and
Yeah, see how long this hat stays on my head for.
But if you pick the wrong
Oh,
person,
cold as shit in my
I'll
room.
punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will graduate from this
Cam, wow, the real law.
The real law.
vote will result in your death. So you better vote for someone. Now, smiles, everyone. It's
I don't wanna.
showtime. This crazy trial underway.
Sorry, everyone. I don't think I'm gonna be much help this time.
Never are.
Because of Monokuma's
Never.
disruptions,
Don't worry about it.
we'll do
It's
thorough
par for the course.
I can tell
Stay true to your character.
to hide his self-consciousness.
Next time, spend less time fixing your hair and more time investigating,
Damn.
spaceman.
Shut up! I don't need to hear some comedy act from you two weirdos.
Who did it? Who
Oh.
killed Angie and Tenko?
Do not let your emotions hasten your judgment. There may be two killers.
So, our other
Himiko
culprit
mad.
might not be
Yeah.
one of us here.
Hmm? What do you mean?
The transfer student.
What is? Stop. What are you doing?
Maybe our resurrected
I forgot
transfer
she's on this.
student dragged Angie and Tenko into the grave.
Stop it! Stop making stuff up!
Say something,
Never.
Shuichi. It'll be a mess if this keeps going.
I know we're all a bunch of colorful personalities here, but can we save all the jokes for when the trial's done, please?
Is it even possible for a revived corpse to be the culprit?
Maybe.
Well, in then intents of being thought, I should clear things up here.
In the interest of being thorough.
In the interest of being thorough. In the interest of being thought.
Yeah, Monokuma file 3, forehead injury. Jeez. Necronomicon. Okay.
They came back to life and killed two of our classmates.
You're wrong.
Oh.
Vader,
Hold on a second, let me- Once again, let me just look at these fucking. It's always good to look at this stuff. Okay. Okay.
If you ever do need, I got another set also pulled up for me.
Yeah. All right.
So, ritual did work?
Who was resurrected, I wonder?
Angie did say she was gonna bring Rantaro back.
Yeah.
Rantaro was resurrected. The
Shut up.
culprit is the late Rantaro Amami.
Please, stop it!
Well, the only thing was there was Rantaro, right?
Now, there's something said earlier. I was too busy fucking with shit, so I didn't really
Deceased.
see it.
They came back to life and killed two of our classmates.
No!
Oh!
So, ritual did work?
No,
Ah,
wait,
that's
it
what it
didn't because the okay, that's what it is.
That's it. That's the
Yeah,
bullet.
because the Necronomicon is still intact.
Alive!
Gabby!
Instantly deceased. They came back.
Gunther's gonna have a lot of red over it.
Yeah.
So,
Get empty! Oh. What'd you do?
work?
Wait, hold on. Oh, it's what? That's so fucking weird. I don't know why it would be that. I don't know why it would be why.
But why?
I don't think Angie's ritual succeeded. According to the Necronomicon Monokuma showed us, you have to burn the Necronomicon in the ritual.
Hey, big dumb.
To prevent the effigy, burn the Necronomicon to ashes. Use caution. Be mindful of carbon monoxide and poisoning. Sprinkle the ashes on the effigy and repeat the name of the deceased 3 times.
If
That's it.
Angie's ritual had
That's
succeeded,
it. You did
the
it.
book
Good
would
job.
have been gone.
So she must have been killed before the ritual was complete, since the book was still intact.
Then, going to think Rantaro probably not culprit.
Yeah, probably not.
Oh, I guess you're right.
Well, duh. There's
no way a dead person could resurrect.
Now hold on a second. I can't let that comment stand. Sure,
Okay.
everybody knows that you can't bring the dead back to life. But it's easy at the Ultimate Academy, as long as you use the Necronomicon.
Prove it, you coward. Bring one of your children back.
What are you talking about? There's no way that's possible.
But it's true. I never lie about motives.
Daddy said so. So
He does enjoy his motives.
raising the dead
That he does. That he
is
does.
impossible.
Man, I can't believe you guys wasted such a perfectly good motive. You should have let me use it to bring Monodum back to life.
Monodum's
Wait, what?
still alive, though.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I wouldn't waste a resurrection on Monodum's corpse.
Well, we know who the next one is.
Beep boop.
So resurrecting the dead was actually possible this whole time?
There's no way it's possible.
There's no way that could happen, idiots. Monokuma is trying to confuse us. Let's hurry up and find out who the
Did you not just fucking hear me?
If our transfer student isn't the culprit, then blame falls to one of us.
Who did it?
Step aside.
He becomes just like sharpening a
I'll handle
knife.
this.
Who did it?
I don't know about Tenko, but I'm pretty
So
much
I can
sure
watch the
he
light
murdered
drain
Angie.
from your eyes.
Don't play dumb with me, creep show. I already know what happened.
Okay. Already at the comic. All right.
Yeah, right. Alright, front door, back door, lock picking, Smoogy's account.
And it was found in Kyo's research lab.
It was.
Makes
Sure.
Kyo automatically suspicious.
No, you're wrong.
Anyone.
No, you're wrong.
Katana, you see?
So that rusty katana was the murder weapon.
No.
We're the only one who cared about that thing, Kyo.
I did not care about some katana.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Eating worm.
Because he got pissed off when Kokichi touched it.
To the classroom, broke in, and murdered the fuck out of Angie. Booyah! I'm a fucking genius!
He did care about that.
We did, but I don't think
Yeah,
we have anything to go against that, do we?
I don't know. What were our choices again? The doors.
It was the two different
The culprit used a katana
doors,
to kill Angie,
the lock picking, and
and it
Smoogy. What was
found in
Smoogy's account again?
Kyo's research lab,
What did
which
Smoogy
makes
say?
you, Kyo, automatically suspicious.
Well, she was on the whole. I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember.
I don't remember either. Fuck, I think that's important.
You were the only
Can you
I
hit
don't
Y? Can
think-
we see what it is?
Kyo.
Can we
Or
what?
does that not?
Care about some
How did you bring up like the info to read that shit? Yeah. No.
Well, these are just controls.
You did something that brought up like the notes again, didn't you?
Oh, this.
Yeah. there you
Angie had locked herself in the Ultimate Artist Lab since yesterday, working on the ritual. She would not unlock the door unless someone from the student council asked her to.
go. Right. Okay.
Oh. I think this is the one we have to use because she says
Just
something
admitted,
about
you
him.
shit-eating worm. He went to the classroom, broke in,
Broke in.
and
That-
murdered the
No, he
fuck
couldn't
out of
have
Angie.
because of the door was locked
Booyah!
because of Samugi's account. So there's no way he could have gone in.
So we broke in with Samugi's account, you think?
The culprit used
Maybe?
the katana to kill
I guess let's try it. I don't know.
It was research lab.
Blah 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 blah.
care.
Just
So he doesn't care about the katana.
He went to the classroom.
God damn it! Keep hitting the fucking wrong button.
Well, also he couldn't have breaking in too because yeah, I guess I was right because also what's his name had a picket. So either way, that was still wrong. You can't
Yeah.
do that.
No, Kyo would not have been able to enter Angie's lab. Isn't that right, Tsumugi?
Yeah. Before Angie
Isn't that right, cosplay bitch?
she said she
Her
wasn't
cosplay has like yet to like come into play for anything.
Yeah.
Surprisingly.
All we saw is that she changes colors when she dresses as normal people.
No.
Kyo
couldn't have killed Angie even if he wanted to.
I had no desire to.
He ain't got the balls.
So whoever killed Angie must have been one of the student council members, yeah?
I was doing a bit to lead you to the right answer. Can't believe you actually got it.
I don't believe that though. I don't think it had to have been one of the student council members.
Yeah, I don't think it had to be.
Just ignore her, Gonta.
Because again, if what I'm saying is correct, it's possible that Angie was killed when she wasn't even in her lab.
The remaining student council members are Gonta, Kibo, Samugi, and Himiko.
Ebo has been acting a little different of late, but I don't know if it's because of this.
Yeah.
I trust their friendship. You guys.
Because I've taken notice, and I think I even stated that in the last episode too.
Yeah, of course.
Ebo was acting weird.
Can we trust their friendship so readily?
Obviously, let's believe in them.
Believe in love.
List of suspects down to 3. Gonta, Samugi, and Kibo.
Yep, the culprit is one of those 3 people.
Not necessarily.
You mean one of those 2 people? Because a robot
Also, get Gonta's name off there. Gonta did nothing wrong.
You find out Gonta did it, like Jesus, Gonta.
Even if Gonta did it, Gonta didn't do it.
Too hasty?
But the evidence is right here. He didn't do it.
It wasn't him. It was somebody else. Sorry.
We literally have video evidence.
See, he just said right there, Gonta would never kill Angie, and goddamn it, I believe him.
That's a man I can trust.
You shouldn't suspect either of us.
That's a man I could follow. It's a man I could call king.
Stick up for me.
That's my king.
Oh, Captain, my Captain.
Definitely not. Torture Gonta if you don't.
Gonta for president.
Gonta's willing to be tortured to prove that he's right.
It might be a bit too far, but Gonta and I aren't the culprits.
Give Gonta a titty twister.
Watch Gonta not flinch. You can bang Gonta's hand against his funny bone.
No, are we mass panicking? Yup.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Okay, I guess pay attention to the left, I'll pay attention to the middle, and we'll hope nothing's going on at the right.
Alright, I got Gonta. No, man. Yeah, that's true.
A dead chick can't be the culprit.
You're in your room talking with bug friends.
Whoa, hold the phone. You can lockpick, so it doesn't matter that only student council members can fucking access the room.
Oh, good find. Look at that, Kokichi!
What was it you said earlier about Kyo opening the door, Shuichi? Unless you're a student council member, you can't enter Angie's lab.
But you can, you asshole!
I was referring to Kyo. He couldn't have done it, but you could have. Because I saw you open the classroom lock by picking it.
Literally right in front of me.
Pick that lock like I pick my nose.
Kokichi pulled out some thin needles and stuck them into the keyhole of the lock.
There, open sesame! Ain't I a stinker?
Oh, that happened? I totally forgot.
I bet you did.
So you're going to pretend you don't remember, huh?
I mean, he
Okay,
did
you
suffer a
think-
head injury.
Quit glaring at me like that.
That is true.
Of course I remember. Yeah, I did it. I killed
It was
Angie.
me.
Wait, what? What did you just say?
Don't believe him, he's being a little shit again.
To her lab, snuck into the room, and then wham! Killed Angie. The culprit
Killed
Whammy!
Angie.
all along.
What?
What are you saying? Is this some kind of joke?
I killed her and I'd do it again. I love killing!
No joke. I thought that if I confessed, I could atone for my sins. And it helped. I feel so much better. Whew!
Wait, so Kokichi really is culprit?
No, he's lying. I think. Maybe?
He's lying. I'm certain of it.
No.
He's fucking
Definitely
around.
Not a lie. I killed Angie. Shouldn't you guys believe the culprit when they confess?
Then let me ask you, culprit. How did you lock the room?
Huh? It's the same as opening it. You pick the door closed from the outside?
No, that doesn't make sense.
No, you're wrong.
Huh? What doesn't make sense? Can't you lock a door by picking it?
Maybe, but that's not how the culprit locked the room. They used a different method.
What different method? Yeah, Mumbles. Use your big boy voice and explain yourself.
There were 2 doors to the classroom, and the one locked last was...
My dad. Back
the
door.
black door. Both doors at the same time.
The secret third door.
That's how they made this a locked room mystery.
The back door had a sliding lock, yes? How was it locked from the outside?
The culprit used a certain tool.
One couple use a slide of the lock from the outside was.
Oh, this. Okay.
Oh yeah. How do you? I forgot how you do this. You have to like break all the same colors.
Yeah, something like that. Hello, hello, anything? I'm not seeing anything.
No,
Is
nothing
there
there.
anything anywhere? Oh, what is this?
Oh.
Not what we want. That's the sickle.
Sickle, yeah.
Is this maybe?
Oh, that's a katana. Yep,
That
that's
looks
cool.
like a katana. Yeah. We're getting it. We're getting there.
Now, do remember, yeah, I'll say you gotta reveal every part.
Yeah.
I remember it got picky last time.
Guys, this thing's fucking long. There.
Longer than my dick.
I see it with my eyes. My eyes work.
Gold leaf katana that was stabbed into Coyote's effigy. The culprit used
Excuse me, it's K-Dog. Can you please get her name right?
Yeah, come on.
Douchebag.
So the gold leaf was in the sliding lock
because when the katana hit the lock, some of the gold leaf rubbed off on it. The gold leaf
Oh shit.
did peel rather easily.
That evidence rings a bell. Specifically, a school bell.
It's because we're in school.
This is funny.
Now, that doesn't matter anymore. Let's not dwell on the past.
Ooh, the gold leaf landed on the sliding lock when the katana touched it. So that means the culprit used the katana to move the sliding lock, right? But wait, how did they move it with the katana? And from outside Angie's lab?
Using K-Dog's wax effigy.
The answer is the layout of the area itself. It was an odd setup after all. The katana stabbed
It was fucking weird.
the effigies hung
It was
upside down.
fucking nuts.
Angie didn't do that.
Fucking nuts. Love how your voice did that.
Nowhere in the Necronomicon did it say you had to hang the effigies.
If it was not part of the ritual,
You have to hang them upside down like the upside down cross.
That makes sense because you got to go against Jesus.
Gotta go against Jesus. A different purpose. What could that have been? The culprit somehow used the setup to lock the room. In that case, I need to know the reason behind every step of that setup. If I do that, the way that the culprit locked the room should be clear.
Oh, I get to drive the taxi, you
sorry.
did. All right, yeah. Hold on. Well, control
I
feels
really-
good. A to accelerate. That to concentrate. Okay, that's really all that. Okay.
That's a concentrate.
Concentrate. Okay.
I know I said this last time we saw it, but that looks like a 1970s Mustang.
You know your cars, buddy.
I mean, I know the Mustang.
You know more than just the Mustang. You know a lot about. Give yourself some credit. You got some car knowledge. I don't know a goddamn thing about cars.
I mean, I got basic knowledge because of my brother. Because, you know, when we owned that shop, we had to do a lot of different, like, setups for cars
What
and
turned
working
the
on
handle
them.
of the sliding? Well, I mean, the katana.
Oh, you were drifting! What turn to handle the sliding lock?
Katana? The katana. The katana. Yeah, I know! I gotta pick up a hooker.
You gotta pick up a hooker.
I gotta pick up the katana's hilt.
The effigy's hand.
Get in the car!
In the car.
Hooker!
You and me for 3 minutes of playtime.
Oh, yeah.
E. Question mark.
E?
E? Oh, they're getting tricky with it, Mike. A little zigzaggy.
They can zigzag all they want, Brian. I'm prepared.
I'm prepared. I play Need for Speed.
I came ready to zig and zag.
I don't know when he said that. I just heard Duke Nukem's voice. I've come to zig and zag. Zip and zag. Yep.
Come here to do 2 things, zig and zag, and I'm all out of zag.
And I'm all out of zag.
What was done to make the katana turn the lock? That's a fair question. Let's see what options you give me, and I'll let you know.
I'll let you know based on the choices.
Katana stabbed into the effigy, sliding lock was tampered. Well, stabbed into the effigy, that's just true.
Yeah. That was the first time I ever noticed that. Is it always said that?
I guess. I don't know.
You know, I do want to say, last night when you and me were on the telephono talking and you mentioned the name of Persona 5, you made me want to play, and then I turned on my Vita, and I was like, you know what? Never mind.
Oh, Persona 4, you mean?
Or, I'm sorry, Persona 4.
Yeah.
I'm
very far in that. Well, probably not very far. It's a long game, but I'm decently far in that game, and I do want to complete it.
Yeah.
Or get out of the way of.
I'm kind of like you, kind of now, where it's just like I got so many fucking RPGs I'm trying to get through. It's like, well, one at a
Was
time.
the effigy manipulated to make the katana affect the lock? How was it manipulated? They swung it around. They pushed it. They something. I don't know. Let's see. Spinning it, swinging it back and forth, making it fall. Well, I guess spinning it, right? Because she would have had to. She was facing the other way.
Yeah. Okay, good. All right.
Okay.
Oh, good. That looks good.
I got it.
It connects.
It connects. It all makes sense. Jesus was the original Danganronpa trial. All 12 apostles had to figure it out. Oh my God! Please make a religious Danganronpa game. Everyone's trying to figure out who killed Jesus, even though it's like obvious.
Right. You can spin bodies?
Ride round, baby, ride round like an effigy, ride round, ride round.
So we're assuming that this happened before Angie, right?
No, I think it happened after.
Oh, okay.
I think at this point Angie's already dead and in this room, and this is how the Blackened got out of the room and locked the door behind them.
Oh, because they spun it in time to... Yeah.
No. Boop. That would have been... Again, this is one of those things that's like very serendipitous. Like, you got to do it perfectly. You got to place that katana perfectly. You got to swing it just right. Like...
Right. And you have to move and shut that door quickly. Hopefully the hydraulic doesn't pull on it.
Yeah. I mean, like, I love Danganronpa, and this stuff's always creative, but this is the kind of shit that just would never work right in real life.
And unless, like, you practice the shit out of it.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, because like, all this stuff happens, like, people get it right one time on the first try in a very short amount of time. And it's like, no, you'd have to practice for, like, hours straight to get this to work right.
Right.
But I guess if you're an anime character, you can do anything the first try.
Yeah. That's like the one thing, like, in case close that I like. Like, the murderer usually is like, yeah, I practiced and practiced just to get it right. And I'm like, okay, that makes sense. That makes me believe it more.
Right.
The sliding lock was pretty loose. A little push could move it. As long as the spinning katana hit the
It was so loose. It's kind of like Miyu's vagina.
Why you gotta say that?
Oh my God!
Which is why the culprit chose to strike
No,
at
I bet
nighttime
Miu's a
as to
virgin.
avoid detection.
She just
probably.
she's big talk, but she's never had sex.
I can see her maybe doing handies and mouthies, but
Maybe
yeah, I don't
a
think
little bit of handies, a little bit of mouthies, maybe some footsies. I don't know.
they're into. And she's like a religious girl. You get every other hole besides the Jesus one.
The culprit probably used the murder weapon for this trick.
No P and V, but you can blow out my sphincter
My sphincter.
the way Jesus intended. God doesn't care if you destroy my anus. I always love that logic. It's so funny to me.
That one saga using the back door.
Yeah.
So we think it was some kind of ceremony. That way, you wouldn't notice the lock trick.
Now it's in my head. Oh my god.
Earlier, they could have kept the lock closed.
Fuck me in the ass because I love Jesus.
Fuck me in the ass 'cause I love Jesus.
But I can't imagine the culprit would have done all this.
Oh god, the internet. I love it.
If that's the case, then Kokichi's confession earlier was actually...
Seriously? You fucking lied again?
Yes, that's his thing.
It's what I do.
He's the ultimate liar. You want to know why? He keeps saying he's the ultimate fucking supreme leader? Because he's a liar.
I'm a liar.
You guys got me.
Of course the ultimate liar would lie about what his ultimate is.
Was it the ultimate liar's line about lying?
Oh, shit. It's getting confusing.
Oh god, there's so much lying.
Why did you say you were the culprit?
I wanted to lure the culprit out. If I claimed to be the culprit, then
Yeah,
the
'cause that
real
always works.
culprit would agree as well. You get me?
Hey, yeah, again, me.
And if they pressured me to confess, then that would have looked mighty suspicious. Sheesh. Darn it. It didn't go my way because Shuichi butted in on my plan.
Shuichi and his stupid butt.
I work hard on that.
Lies. Go sit in the corner and play with yourself.
Okay, I'll start right now.
Starts vigorously
Alright,
masturbating.
So, who's the asshole who set up this locked room mystery?
You. I can't hold it up anymore.
What's the matter? You going soft on me now?
What is happening?
Who made the locked room mystery doesn't matter, since anyone could have done it. Don't you even understand something as basic as that, you filthy cum dumpster?
Damn, get her.
Wow.
Wow.
Someone finally called me a cum dumpster.
Oh my god.
Oh, she likes it.
What should we talk about now?
Anyway, Gota gonna change subject now.
We must focus not on the locked room, but on who entered Angie's lab.
Captain, wow.
Only one of the student
This game
council members or
is
Kokichi
Japanese.
gained entry. Therefore, the culprit must be among their
Oh god, I thought he would say, therefore the cum dumpster must.
The cum dumpster.
Yugi, Yuta, Kibo, and Kokichi.
Don't forget Himiko. She's also a part of the student council. Doesn't matter if she was besties with Angie, she's still a suspect.
That contradicts what you said earlier.
Yeah, but I don't think Himiko can do it though.
Nah, I don't either.
She's a mage after all.
I think Himiko's gonna make it to the end. I'm calling it now.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
Never kill Angie.
I don't think they'll kill two small characters.
Yeah.
Discuss next. I want to hear everyone's opinion. What would you say to get yourself off the suspect list?
Oh, get you back.
Why are you trying to lead the debate? You're a suspect too.
Silence, outsider. Only the suspect rangers are
You know,
allowed
I
to
can almost see Maki maybe surviving. She kind of strikes me as like this game's my god, why am I blanking on her name again?
Those under suspicion should
She's just like your favorite character, and you can never remember her name.
I know, she's like my top favorite. Why can I not remember her name?
No, I remember it, but I'm gonna let you say it this time because I'm always the one who says it. I'm gonna let you burn.
Anyway, I want to ask.
This is gonna bug me for a while.
But I agree with you. I could see Maki making it all the way. I have a feeling Kaito's gonna die. I just have the feeling. Like, he's probably gonna have some. He's probably gonna die because like someone tries to kill someone else and he tries to like protect them and he ends up dying or something. I don't know. He'll have some. Death.
I was thinking that because like him and Maki are kind of going back and forth. I can almost see him like protecting Maki in a way, and Maki kind of like opening up from that. Because now she finally had someone that defended her instead of her always doing the attacking.
Yeah, well, because Danganronpa loves to do its like anime parodies, Kaito to me seems like a parody of the character from Gurren Lagann. I can't think of his name, but the character who dies.
The bro, yeah.
Yeah.
They don't trust you one bit.
Oh fuck, what's his name now?
I can't think of it either. There's Simone. There's fucking Yoko. The hell is the guy's name?
I still can't believe fucking Yoko's 14.
Yeah, that's weird.
I know what happened to Angie too, but can we talk about
Kyoko
case now and not just Angie?
Kyoko, yeah, you got it.
I got you.
I thought you were talking about the Gurren Lagann guy. I'm like, no, his name is not Kyoko.
Yeah, there were two names we were figuring out. Crap! Now the fucking Gurren Lagann. Blue ass, orange sunglasses.
Well, it's funny because I'm pretty sure in the dub he's voiced by Kyle E. Bear, which Kaito is voiced by in this game.
Oh yeah, he is, isn't he?
Tenko's case is meaningless.
You know, that's impressive that you're really good voice actors.
Thanks.
Not meaningless.
Yeah, tell him, Himiko. Go off, Queen.
Himiko.
Tenko's death was meaningless? How dare you! Poor Tenko! How could you do this to her? Himiko.
And that's proof right there that Himiko didn't do it, because like Himiko hasn't cared about shit this entire game, and now like she can't act like this. This is real emotion.
Yeah. Yo, she'll punch you, man.
No.
You didn't give two shits about Tenko when she was alive.
Oof.
But now you're like,
Yeah, I gave 3 shits.
do after she's dead. Come on, really?
Kokichi, enough.
I mean, I'm not trying to be wrong. I mean, rude, but he's kind of right. You kind of did always like cold shoulder her a lot.
Yeah, but that's because Tenko is kind of a creepy perv to Himiko all the time.
Yeah, true.
That's why I'm so upset now. I should have faced Tenko, worked things out with her while she was still alive. But now it's too late. I can't complain to her or thank her. It's too late.
Yeah, seriously. It's way too late to realize that now.
So shut up.
Our only option is to face her death head on.
Face her death?
Head on. Apply directly to the forehead.
Himiko, I understand what you're going through. So I'm gonna help you out. Let's work together to find the truth.
Oh my god. Stop trying to help people out. You're not Batman.
Say her death didn't matter.
Himiko,
I'm gonna have more.
don't believe in yourself. Believe in the me that believes in you.
I'm gonna take more children under my belt.
Listen up. All you guys are gonna help out too.
Panic-He's
I know
trying.
someone who died and only thinking about your own survival. That's just as bad as a hit and run. I won't forgive something so messed up.
Tenko was our friend. Gonta wanna know why she died too.
I already told you that's so unnecessary. We're getting sidetracked here.
No, even if
Kokichi
it wasn't
understands.
the culprit, we need to know how
Kokichi, buddy,
Tenko
just
died.
fucking strap in. It's gonna be this whole fucking trial.
We don't find out who killed
Welcome
her,
to a
we
trial,
won't be
buddy.
able to work together. Not now, not ever. Even if this trial isn't for her, in order for us to survive, we need to get to the bottom of Tenko's death. Not just to survive this trial, but so we can keep going and live on.
Yeah. Kaido.
noticed. Jeez, you're so slow.
Huh? Did Kokichi want us to notice?
Don't listen to his crap. We haven't decided whether there were two different culprits yet.
Let us talk about Tenko's case then. Perhaps that will provide us a clue.
I killed her. Moving on.
Yeah, maybe.
Anyways. Not wrong. I don't mind going over Tenko's case. But that was an absurd change of topic. Was that intentional?
So, what do we talk about first?
For now, let's see if we can narrow down the list of suspects.
Crotch probably got killed during the seance, so everyone there's suspicious.
And crotch. So creative with your names, Miu. The person who attended the seance.
The people.
The people.
Kyo, Shuichi, Himiko, and Kokichi, yeah?
Yeah, that was them.
Alright, there you go.
That's it.
That's it. It was the first choice.
Fucking easy.
So those four are the culprits.
Oh, Himiko's still culprit?
Well, that's probably just a coinky-dink.
Himiko's like, what the fuck?
God damn it!
Really? Kyo, he suggested the whole seance idea.
True. I may have suggested.
Oh no, you're pointing the finger at me. Ooh, as he rubs himself.
If we all knew of it before the murder, then we are all equally suspicious.
Well, I suppose, but...
In addition, the seance wasn't entirely in my control either.
It didn't even fucking work.
I was not the one who selected the room we performed it in. It was Himiko.
I don't think the room mattered, my guy, and I think you know that.
Yeah.
However, there are 3 empty rooms. Which one shall we use? Someone else pick, so I look less suspicious. The middle room. The middle room's always best for stuff like this. Very well. Himiko chose the middle room. I shall begin the preparations at once.
Oh, right.
Okay, Himiko did it. Go to votes.
He just hits the button right away. What's if it was Kyo? Because like maybe he was getting upset that Angie was trying to do like a ritual, and she wouldn't like let anyone else help.
I don't know if Kyo killed Angie. I am pretty sure he killed Tenko though.
Yeah, I think Tenko.
So if we're to assume that they wrap this up where it's the same killer who killed both, then yeah, he killed Angie too. But I don't have as strong as feelings about that just yet.
Yeah. The point of entry from outside. Must be referring to.
The hole?
A hole?
The corner? That corner, maybe?
There!
I keep trying to hit A, and it's like, no, you gotta hit Y. Y is the select button for some reason in this game.
Huh? Under the floor?
It's even make more confusing because I'm using a PlayStation controller, so technically I gotta hit triangle.
Floor a person could move through. There was also a hole that connected it to the neighboring room.
And then I saw a goblin down there.
It was real spooky. He went all and he scurried away.
Then there is another suspect.
Another suspect? Who?
He asked me if I had something called a precious.
It's appearing before me. Oh, I can see it clearly. The true identity of Tenko's killer.
It's Himiko, she did it. Catch loose floorboard, keep a flashlight function, hole in the corner. Oh, we were just talking about the hole, so I'll go ahead and... Whoa.
Yes.
Because it wasn't dark. You see,
What?
our villain had a light.
But we would see it though.
I mean, Kiba's flashlight function.
No.
Yeah, that wasn't... No.
It's way too bright.
Yeah.
And sneak into the empty room during the seance.
I
Because everyone commented how bright that shit was.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I just don't know what we gotta shoot with what there. Shoot
Yes.
with a little light, you could move around under. So what? You know what it probably is? You probably have to hit that with the hole. Like you would clearly see the light coming up through that hole.
That makes sense.
So that
okay.
that's probably what we need to use to shoot that down.
The culprit sneaked in during the seance. By crawling under the floor. Because it wasn't dark under the floor. You see,
You damn fool!
A V. Got a nice little V.
For very bad at this game.
the culprit could have used a rock under the floor. There was a hole in the corner of the room.
There was a hole in the bucket, dear Liza.
If a light were used, it would have leaked through and we would have seen it.
When we did the seance, the room was definitely pitch black.
So a light was not shined under the floor, which means you cannot claim I am the culprit.
I'm free to go. Bye.
It just leaves.
Yeah, it goes up the elevator. I was like,
Everyone looks at Monokuma. Monokuma. Eh.
Well, I don't know. Like, I didn't think he'd do that. I have nothing in place for someone to just leave using the elevator.
My status as a robot does not mean I am capable of.
I should really turn off the power.
Yeah, jeez. Huge oversight.
Poor, and I only possess average physical strength and intelligence.
I'm actually kind of dumb.
All right. You made your point. God, now I feel sort of bad for you.
I neither want nor need your pity.
Oh, solar flare.
Way too bright.
It would have been difficult.
Oh yeah, wasted opportunity. You should have said that.
Solar
flare.
Maybe the floor and the hole have nothing to do with this case.
Then why was floor?
You know, can I just point out? I love that Krillin still uses that. He still blinds the shit out of people.
Same. It's a fucking good move.
It is, dude. It's so underappreciated.
Dude, I'm telling you, like the combination of solar flare and destructo disc is brutal.
Oh yeah.
You blind someone and then while they're fumbling with their eyes, you fucking slice them.
Slow them in half. Holy shit.
Krillin's actually got some like the best moves of like the entire show. It's like a shame that he's not that strong because his moveset is awesome.
Well, didn't they say like, at least maybe a while back, like didn't they say like Krillin was the strongest human? Like didn't Akira Toriyama himself state that?
In terms of like humans, Krillin's the strongest. You just can't compete with fucking Saiyans and shit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's hard to compete against something that, you know, gets stronger every time they're near death, which they're always near death.
Yeah, because they do nothing but fight. So.
Yeah. You're already at a serious disadvantage.
The loose floorboard was the one under Tenko, right? If the culprit used it while she was still alive, she'd totally notice.
Who fucking cares? Fussing over that won't get us closer to the culprit.
We shouldn't dismiss this line of inquiry, however.
So I'm trying to think, with this loose floorboard.
Instead of butting our heads against this, how about we concentrate on another issue?
Because like my original thought was that like someone used the scythe underneath the floor, but I don't think that's the case now, because seeing as how that one cross beam was cut for the floorboard, it seems like you can kind of use it as like a cantilever where like you stomp on one side and it like forces the other side up. So if like Tenko had her head down on like that rock that was on that floorboard and someone stomped on the other side of it, it would force her up, and then that's because her wound was on the back of her head. Isn't that what they said?
Yeah, it was like at the back of her neck.
So if that scythe was somehow placed above her, either it was like in the cloth or somehow is attached to the bottom of the statue and nobody noticed, I don't really know, but if it was like placed above her without anyone noticing and someone stomped on that and forced her head up, she would have like lurched up, and then that's when she would have got killed, you know what I mean?
That's smart as shit.
That's kind of what I'm thinking
maybe.
right now.
That might make sense actually, because I can't figure out how they did this, unless someone
I don't
was
know how they
under
would
there.
have hidden the scythe somewhere in that, because like everybody was like helping put that thing together. The only thing is like Kyo himself was the only one who used the sheet, so if he did it, he somehow hid the scythe in that white sheet. Is my guess, but I don't know.
But there was no hole in the sheet. How did the scythe go through that cage?
Well, that's it. Well, I mean, the blade could have just been poking through one of the like holes in the cage.
Hmm.
How could someone have gotten to her there?
Because I'm thinking it's probably the reason he insisted on putting the cloth on himself. He might have had that scythe wrapped up in the cloth, and so nobody noticed it. And then he just positioned it the way he needed to.
She was alive at that point.
This is the point of no return, Tenko. After this point, you mustn't speak. And you never will, because I'll kill you. The next time you open your mouth, it will be Angie speaking through you.
Understood. I will not say a word until the seance is over.
Thanks. Says, if I remember correctly, Rantaro was voiced by Hajime's voice actor. Ryoma was Gundam. Tenko was Ibuki. Yeah, it seems like these games use a lot of the same voice actors.
Before we blew out the candles.
That's solid.
When the light came back.
The floorboard was removed at that point, so it's likely she was already dead then.
So she was killed when the room was dark?
I remember Kyo was in the spot of the broken hole.
To kill her then.
I thought Himiko was in that corner. Was she not, or am I misremembering?
Oh yeah, she was, wasn't she? Because they said Himiko, be careful.
Oh.
Different time?
How should I know? You figure it out, shitheads. Huh? Since Gauntlet said it
God, I
was
just need more clues.
proposing an alternate theory. Now hurry up and think.
You know what I'm almost wondering?
If you want to make my golden brain tingle,
I wonder.
circle jerk in your lipstick brains.
No, maybe not, because I feel like it would have said something in that book when we were in Kyo's lab, like going over it. But I'm almost wondering if the whole reason Kyo even killed Tenko is because in order for the seance to actually work, it turns out the person in the middle actually has to be dead.
That's exactly what I was thinking about it.
Dog statue.
Because almost like it needs a hollow body.
What about moment Cage was lifted?
Like that.
When Cage lifted, culprit stabbed Tenko real fast. So fast, no one saw.
Oh my!
So who lifted the cage?
Oh, Himiko did. Are you getting off right now?
What the fuck is going on?
Tenko not being killed during the seance? That might not be impossible, but there's no evidence for it.
Yeah, I definitely think that's what it is. She died during this.
Yeah.
Help it, yeah. Because I don't know, that's what I was kind of thinking about. I'm like, I don't know. Seances can be, well, I don't know. A lot of the occult shit can be dark, and sometimes you gotta do that stuff.
Yeah, she was under the cage the whole time. So, when Gonta says the moment Cage was lifted.
What about moment
Yeah, that would be a lie.
I'm trying, because the sheet covering this stuff.
Yep. Riona Gonta now, telling him he's a bad boy.
Sorry, Gonta, I love you, but you're dumb.
It wasn't possible to kill her the moment the cage was lifted. Because the inside of the white cloth
Yeah.
had Tenko's blood on it. That cloth was removed before the cage was lifted. If Tenko was stabbed then, there wouldn't be blood on the cloth.
What? But how could my golden brain...
Now, and you know what? If that sickle was there...
Possibility.
That little thud that we heard, that had to be the sickle falling.
Oh god, put me what?
No, it's still wrong to think that Tenko was killed during the seance.
What?
I'm gonna prove it right now. My golden brain is gonna go all out.
Okay. Marker stone, loose floorboard, iron cage, sickle under
Tenko
floor.
died after the seance. It happened when the sheet was lifted. That was the moment the culprit chose to stab the fuck out of Tenko through the cage. They stuck the thin blade through the gap, and that clean white sheet got stained blood red.
Yeah, that's what I first thought, Miyu, but I don't think that's the case.
Could have fit through the gaps.
Yeah. Because then you have to arc that shit, and that's a sickle. There's no way you're gonna arc that.
It'd be long enough to reach Tenko.
No, it's only going upwards. It's not bending over to Tenko. It's just standing next to her. That's all you're doing. Stop being so dumb with your big
Stop
boobs.
being so dumb! Okay, so I guess that yellow part I have to hit with something.
Trying to think.
Marker stone, maybe?
It'd be long enough to reach Tenko.
Well, that's what you're using.
Sitting in there with her neck all exposed.
Oh.
You gotta actually
thought
hit it
that's
with.
what-
You gotta hit it with Y when the yellow letters appear.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's weird. It's again, some of the controls for this stuff is kind of weird, and you don't really know how weird it is until you actually play it.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha, gotcha.
She was bent over with her forehead against the marker stone, and the cage itself was about 3 feet tall. The sickle's blade was too short to reach Tenko while she was in that position.
Then I messed up again? How could this happen? I am so embarrassed.
Is that another kink of yours?
No worries, Mew. Everyone already knows you're an embarrassment.
Look to me again.
Shuichi shouting, "No, that's wrong," but instead he says, "No, that's dumb. You're stupid."
No, that's dumb.
If Shuichi is right, then it's impossible for Tenko
Kibo. Anyways.
So while this woman has an intense orgasm right next to me, I will say that it's impossible she was killed through the cage.
Been killed during the seance since she was in the cage, right?
If she was killed then, the cloth over the cage would have been pierced.
Yeah.
Not during the seance or from below the floor. Then it's impossible, isn't it?
Yeah, for a living person.
Oh god, come on, let's not do this.
Huh?
What if Angie's spirit killed Tenko?
What are you talking about? That's not possible.
You don't know that. Some things are impossible for a human, but not for a spirit.
Don't say stupid stuff like that. Screw spirits.
Stop that now.
Angie's spirit killed Tenko? But why?
Himiko?
Because they both wanted to scissor you.
Spirit killed Tenko.
What if Tenko killed Angie, and then Angie's spirit came back for revenge?
Like I said, that's impossible. Spirits can't be culprits.
Then explain how the culprit killed Tenko under these impossible circumstances.
Well,
Stomp on the board.
See? You can't explain, can you?
Board stomp.
Only a spirit could have done that.
Wait, I know.
And that had to be that sound that we
was
heard.
hiding inside the cage.
Yeah.
If they were in there, they could have stabbed Tenko during the seance.
Kaito, please
What?
stop being stupid for 1 second.
No.
Do you have any idea how small
If there
that
was
is?
someone else in the cage, we
3 by 5, my guy.
Kaito. The culprit would have been inside the cage.
What? What? Hold on. What? Wait, what did you say? You think so? Yeah, I think so too. I agree. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with
about
Maki. I was about to say, yeah, totally in the cage.
Maybe the culprit wouldn't need to hide in the first place.
What?
Also, the culprit could have killed her in the cage at any time. I think you know what I'm getting at, right?
Oh, please explain. I'm dumb.
The they she's referring to.
The they.
Oh, I think she's trying to say that it might have been like a suicide or something. So they want us to select Tenko. I think.
Damn. Okay. You know, that was kind of crossing my mind too. Was if she kind of did it herself.
I believe Maki is referring to Tenko herself.
What did you say? Are you
Because you were so obsessed with Angie.
She committed suicide.
Suicide?
Gota here, suicide is painless.
It would explain a lot of things we couldn't figure out. She volunteered to be in the cage and then stabbed herself during the seance. It wouldn't matter how dark the room was.
But the sickle she was stabbed with was under the floor, right? If
And
Tenko had
she
stabbed
probably could have
herself,
moved it.
wouldn't the sickle still be inside the cage?
A fair point.
Yeah, but we found it underneath.
You
Yeah.
actually said something smart.
Perhaps that explains why the floorboard was removed.
Looking awfully sweaty there, Kyo. What's going on?
After stabbing herself with the sickle, she threw it underneath the floor.
So she took off the floorboard to get rid of the sickle?
Yes, that makes sense to Gonta.
No, it doesn't, Gonta.
Well, it doesn't make sense to me. There's no reason for Tenko to commit suicide.
Yeah, I don't think so either, girl.
Theory I had earlier. You know, about Tenko killing.
I don't know how, man, but I think Kyo is somehow involved.
I agree. I'm stuck on Kyo. Like, especially with this whole seance situation. Like, it just seems like totally his MO. I feel like he'd be the only one, because he's like the dude who from the get-go knew about the whole seance, so he would have been the one to like plan how to kill somebody that way.
Right. Hey, Angie, when did you brainwash Himiko?
Tenko's pent-up frustration led her to commit such an atrocity. Her conscience couldn't handle it anymore, so she decided to end her own life.
What?
But if she was gonna kill herself, why do it during the seance?
She wanted to hide the truth of her suicide.
Really? Why?
There could only be one reason to hide it in a killing game. Right?
Fucking Monokuma just smiling. I saw his ass.
Take us down?
She wanted us to pick the wrong answer during the class trial, so she could bring us all down. She wanted us to die with her. Okay,
Oh,
well,
shit!
She probably just wanted Himiko to die with her, but still.
What are you saying? Tenko wasn't like that.
Yeah.
Told me.
Keep your chin up and live life facing forward. Survive with me and everyone else.
What if all of that was just a lie?
You're a lie.
The game's talking about lies, Brian. I think we're gonna have to lie to combat a lie.
Tenko's last
Huh?
words. The true terror of class trials is that you shouldn't believe everything said.
Himiko, you said that Tenko would never do anything like that. But how can you be so sure? Did you guys actually know each other? People keep all sorts of secrets. Like Maki. She hid the fact that she's a cold-blooded killer. Is it wise of us to trust other people wholeheartedly in this kind of situation?
Well, we shouldn't trust you. We all know that for sure.
Yeah, right.
You're such a naive dude.
Naive?
We're all just people, you know? Of course we're gonna have some secrets.
Like mine. I have 3 testicles. Oh shit! I didn't mean to say that. I mean I have 2. I'm normal. I'm normal.
I'm normal.
Is whether there's any
Talk about.
People can lie about how malicious their hidden secrets really are.
Well, duh. It's impossible to know for sure what others are thinking. That's why it all comes down to whether or not you believe in yourself.
Oh boy.
If you get betrayed,
Believe in the believe. Believe in me that believes in you.
Believe it.
Believe it.
that's why I believed in Maki Roll, because
Yeah.
I wanted to believe in her.
Okay.
I believe.
Because you're acting all cool doesn't mean you get to switch trains.
Hey,
Huh.
come on. Don't
different backgrounds.
Aren't you the teacher?
So for now, let's agree to disagree. No one's ever called me naive before. And from Kaito? Seriously?
If we make it past this, I'm killing him next.
I was gonna say, I think we know who the next Blackened and Death is.
It'd be really funny if they did one like non-trial where like he actually just kills Kaito and we all like show up here. It's like, it was me, I killed him. I was just sick of him. I'll admit it. Fine, I'm the Blackened. Vote for me. I couldn't stand him.
She wouldn't commit suicide. She wouldn't try to take us down. That's what I want to believe.
Me too. Gonta no can believe Tenko commits suicide.
Gonta know that Gonta been flip-flopping a lot this trial, but this time Gonta really settles on this.
Gonta's is serious about this one.
This time for sure. Someone else says something. Okay, Gonta changed mind again. That's also a good point. So many good points today. Really well done, guys.
Gonta really proud. A proper reason.
Proper reason.
All right, give you a reason. Shows his dick. That's not the reason I wanted.
If it turns out I'm wrong, you can blame me all you like.
Panic redeem stretch.
Oh boy.
But for now, I need you to trust in my detective work.
Oh, she likes that. I don't believe Tenko would kill herself because of what she said. Sorry, got me on a yawn. Okay, everyone. I'll see you guys after the seance.
No, you won't.
She said, see you guys after. I doubt she had a sudden change of heart. Just because we don't know how she was killed doesn't mean it was a suicide. We shouldn't be satisfied with that. And if we keep thinking, we'll find the truth. And that means we have to believe in Tenko. And I'll make them all believe.
With a gun!
So anyways, I started blasting.
Alright. What a good father.
What about me doing?
Last moments holding corner. Probably seems right.
Her plan was to take us down with
Down.
I mean, you can literally use probably Tenko's last moments on what Kyo said.
What did Kyo say?
Some shit about that she did it herself. She brought this was sickle. Okay, you're on back on the sickle part.
Throw the sickle underneath the floor. All the pieces fit.
I don't think so.
Well,
Everyone thinks only because they're latching onto the easiest answer. Yeah. To get out of this, I need to make them think their suicide theory wouldn't work.
So do we have to lie here?
Oh, I think we are lying.
to take us down with her. So she hid her true intentions.
What is the other bullets we got?
Hole in the corner, Monokuma File 3, and the caged child. I think we gotta lie about Tenko's last moments.
Yeah.
Bought the sickle.
I think it's when Kyo talks.
Yeah, what did Kyo say? The last
with their string.
Well, let's try it.
Yeah,
Perjury!
that was it.
Tenko couldn't have thrown the
Oh, good call,
sickle on
Bri.
the floor because she died instantly.
Because this is a thought that I was kind of having.
Oh, this is actually a good point to lie to, because like if she killed herself, how would she have like then thrown the sickle to the floor? Like it's not like she was bleeding out there. She died pretty fast.
Yeah, it was like bam.
The line music is playing. Can you hear the line music? Oh, does the music change when you're supposed to lie? I didn't even notice.
Oh, I'll have to pay more attention
yeah,
to that then.
Same.
Her death may not have been instant, but she couldn't have gone far before she bled out.
I'm certain of it. My investigation determined that she died instantly.
What's your opinion, Maki? I'd like to hear from someone who specializes in murder.
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 Oh, yuck. I'll do it again.
Maki.
You're right. I completely forgot about that important detail. Tenko died instantly. As an assassin, I specialize in killing my targets swiftly. I have no doubt that Tenko was killed.
So Maki's lying with us.
Yeah, lie with me, honey.
Words of a true killer. Pretty sure we can believe everything.
We're just like Jimmy and Kim.
Thank you, Maki.
How could you forget that, Maki Roll? You better apologize to Shuichi.
Oh.
It's okay.
I know.
No apologies.
The music plays both when you have to lie, but also plays during the optional lie times.
Oh.
Anyway, Tenko died so suddenly that she couldn't have gotten rid
What's up, Cameron? How's it going?
Yo, 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 yo.
Welcome to the middle of the Scotch Dean trial.
The theory that she killed herself just doesn't fit, correct?
Trial's underway.
We're just lying about someone committing suicide. It's okay, you know, this is the norm.
Yeah. She didn't kill herself. She okay.
Which means someone definitely killed Tenko during
Like in a
the
previous
seance.
trial, you can lie and say Himiko's trick was real magic. Oh. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you could probably... There's probably numerous times when you can lie, but like, I'm not big brain enough to figure out like those moments.
Yeah, we dumb. We stupid.
Did any of the participants
I'll definitely have to start paying attention to the music now.
No. That's kind of a fun mechanic though, like if you can lie in other areas, like it kind of gives the game a little bit more replayability, I suppose.
Right.
Not a bad idea. We should remember what happened at the seance. Let me try to remember. I'm sure there's something.
Big loud noise that happened in the middle of it.
I need some kind of clue that will help me solve this mystery.
Don't you remember the big loud noise that happened during the seance?
I just don't know what that clue is.
Thank you, Cameron. We need all the luck we can get. Catch out sound. Yeah, sound during seance. I'm just gonna assume.
during the seance?
Yeah.
There is something.
Man, what was that clue?
If only I can remember like something that stood out during the seance. Ritual was perfect.
No. It was not.
While we were all singing the song,
Yeah.
I heard something fall.
So it's,
I
oh,
agree.
well, we agree. I agree. What? No,
Cool,
come on.
Himiko.
Are you fucking kidding me? Shoot the fucking. Yeah, I got it. Yeah. The last second.
Right?
Himiko, you have my consent, but not in that way.
Fell because of the right?
It's okay, little girl. You got my consent.
I like how no one stopped. It was just like, what the fuck was that?
Right? I was just like, oh, I guess we keep singing.
Keep saying, keep saying.
It sounded like something heavy fell down and hit the floor really hard. It could have fallen down.
Oh, yeah. There wasn't anything on the ceiling that could have fallen down, right?
Am I wrong? I thought something fell, but
The sound was pretty loud. It did seem like something hit the floorboards.
A loud sound. Like something hit the floorboards. Maybe that sound has something to do with the other thing that happened in the dark.
You know, when I touched myself. Other thing that happened in the dark. What were we?
Stones, floorboard, hole, circle.
Statue. Glass piece.
Sickle.
I'm not.
Wait,
Are
share
we
the
talking
question
about
again?
the loose? Yeah. Hold on. What caused the sound? That probably the loose floorboard being stomped on, right? Yeah, right? Or
Yeah, that would have
so?
to be it then.
This is it.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay. Yeah, I was thinking, I'm like, well, I mean, the only thing that can make a sound is the floorboard itself, right?
That floorboard came loose at some point during the seance, right?
Did the floorboard have made such a loud sound though?
What if you stomp on it real hard?
Yeah.
If the impact was that intense, then it could have loosened the floorboard.
And that is true. It would have had to been strong enough impact to make that sound. But what was it? What could it possibly be?
All right then, let's go with that. We all gotta put our heads together now.
And I'm talking about our penis heads.
Women, you can use your clits.
Just don't get freaked out about my 3 balls.
So far, not too many leaps in logic this trial.
Oh, I'm sure we'll get there.
Yeah, I'm kind of like still trying to piece shit together. Like I have a theory, but
I'm pretty sure I know how this whole
Not
Tenko
solid.
thing went down. I think I'm right. I just... Oh, I should have paid attention to what that blue thing said.
Maybe the wooden statue fell
Statue? No.
because that shit was still on there.
still on top of the cage.
Culprit hide under floor. Then stood up with such might.
We already said there was no
So we're agreeing with someone.
Yeah.
Someone must have stomped through.
Stomped. Yes, on the
Yep.
cross. Yeah, yes, I agree. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding my big anus?
Damn it!
Just fucking speed up, because that's it.
It twirled away.
See what it goes with.
It's coming up. It's like the first one on the second row. I remember. I consent.
Kokichi is right. The floorboard came loose because someone stomped on it.
Yep.
The floorboards fit perfect. Going to make sure first time we go to empty room.
When we first saw the room, yes. But when
Yeah, this is looking a lot like Kyo right now.
It's gotta be. Like, he gotta be the one who at least killed Tenko. I don't know for sure that he killed Angie, but he probably did too if he killed Tenko.
after examining the cut,
I wonder if he's gonna get a pardon, because this is technically the second death.
I guess that's true. If someone else did kill Angie, he would get pardoned for this.
Yeah, because that's what they said. Or at least that's what I thought Monokuma said.
Monokuma did say that, you're right.
by cutting the cross piece.
Of course, he said it after the fact, and I don't think Kyo would have known that going into this, but...
Yeah. What do they stand to gain? That's the question. To solve this case, I need to think carefully about the crosspiece and the floorboard. Tenko's body was at one end of the loose floorboard, and the crosspiece that had been cut was on the other end of the floorboard. The unsupported part was the outside of the cage, so it could have been stomped on.
Yes.
Only one of the cross pieces were cut. The other two were intact.
Also true.
One of them was right under Tenko, and the other was in the center, right about where the edge of the cage was. But what was the culprit attempting to achieve by stomping on the floorboard?
Murder! They were attempting to achieve murder!
Think, come on, think.
Murder! He's trying to go
happened?
kill! Ah, it's Hangman's Gambit about it, fine.
Oh, but we got the good light.
That's true. Oh my god, that's a big word. There's a lot of S's. Are we starting with an S, maybe?
Maybe.
I guess so.
I guess so.
Okay. What
Okay.
next? A?
So this is two words?
It's two words. What happened to the loose? So what? So stomped, stepped. No.
I'm not seeing a T anywhere.
I'm not seeing that either. I'm seeing EAW. Let's try an E and see what that gets us. C.
Yes.
Okay, E is right. C.
Seance?
A. Not A.
Okay, it's not seance, huh?
Another E, maybe? Is a C? Seesaw? Are we saying seesaw?
Seesaw? Seashore?
Sally saw seesaws at the seashore.
So, yeah. And then up under it, yeah.
Okay, seesaw. What's this word? Seesaw. E-F-A. What else we got?
W.
I don't fucking know. I have no idea. Let's see. It's a 6-letter word. Seesaw. Stomp. Seesaw. It says.
I saw a C. There's a C now. There's a C.
C? Seesaw. It's not C.
Hit an F. I just need to know.
F. No.
Nope. Okay.
Okay,
I'm
so
sorry.
it's not C. It's not F. What else we got?
T. I saw
E.
T.
E.
Ah,
Seesaw E.
E.
Effect? Seesaw effect? Is that what we're going for?
Oh, okay. Yeah. F. Okay, up top.
This
on
one?
the right. Yeah.
Effect.
Yep. C is down the bottom one. It's right there. Yep.
And there's a T over here.
And then T is up there. Yeah.
Seesaw effect. Okay.
Okay. Wow, that was a lot harder.
Yeah, that's. It's fine. A little guesswork for that one, but we made it work.
The crosspiece at one end of the floorboard had been cut off. The other 2 crosspieces holding up that board were close to the cage. Meaning, if you were to apply force to the end of the floorboard with no crosspiece, the next crosspiece would act as a fulcrum to turn the floorboard into a lever.
Look at you with your smart brain and stuff.
Lever capable of lifting up Tenko's entire body.
Yeah, so the sickle had to be already in the cage.
Yeah.
And when it stabbed her, maybe with the impact of hitting it, maybe it made it fall down then. Underground.
Well,
The sickle didn't-
somehow someone would have had to hide it because the sickle was found where that like back corner hole was. So at some point someone tossed it down there.
Yeah.
So I don't remember the series of events, but I'm thinking like if the sickle was hidden in like the white sheet, because I feel like that might be the case, then whoever took it off, which was probably the murderer, which is probably Kyo, they at some point threw it down there without anyone noticing.
That's exactly it. Using the seesaw trick, it was possible to kill Tenko with a sickle.
I just don't know when they would have done that.
Maybe when Himiko was in her frantic stage. Because then everyone kind of like rush over to Tenko then.
Yeah, maybe.
The placement of the sickle is the most important factor.
The floorboard seesaw, the cage, and the blood on the white fabric. What conclusions can I draw from this? There's only one place the sickle could have been that the consistence with the evidence. Where was the sickle when Tenko was killed?
Top of the cage?
Yeah.
That's it. The sickle was at the top of the iron cage, with the blade facing down.
Because it was a doggy penis. Gotcha.
The reason we didn't
That
see
dog's
it was because
sick
the fabric
sickle
was in the
penis.
cage. Also,
So they
the
stuck
way
that blade through that hole.
in place.
Guess so.
It's true that the sickle's handle was thick, which made the statue wobble, but the statue's weight kept it from falling over. Once everything was in place,
Yeah, you figured this one out, Mike.
seesaw.
Yeah, I'm still not sure about the Angie stuff though.
That's the one that I am like trying to piece.
Given the fact, because like I'm pretty positive Kyo's behind this part, but given the fact that the katana and stuff was used with Angie and stuff as well, I think he might have done both.
I think so too.
See, because I could have seen like using the katana in the other room because like I don't know, maybe trying to frame Kokichi or something because he seemed really stoked about the katana.
Yeah.
But like I don't know how Kyo thought he wouldn't be the prime victim for this one. Like the whole seance thing is like his fucking shtick.
Right.
Rather than bringing the sickle to the victim.
See, that's why I think like the reason why he went after Angie was because of how she was acting with the whole seance stuff and doing the ritual by herself. Because if I remember, wasn't he getting like bothered by that in the dining hall when they were like talking about it, and Angie's like, "No, I'm gonna go do it." Kind of.
Yeah, I think so. Banks says, I remember the seesaw thing making me mad because when I saw it was going to be Hey Man, I was like, oh, it's going to be lever. That's what it wants me to spell. Then it showed me way more letter spaces, and I was like, yeah, like seesaw did not enter my brain. Like again, we were just like guesswork. I'm like, oh, I don't know. We'll just see what we can spell here.
Yeah.
Once I saw but like once I got SEEE, I'm like, okay, seesaw. But then like fucking, I could not think of the next word. I'm like, what the fuck else do they want? Like.
Yeah, you could have just left it as seesaw.
Yeah, seesaw would have been fine. You don't need the word effect in there, but whatever.
Well, it's gotta be cool, Mike.
The craziness is what really makes the killing game fun, you know? They can't get away with murder the normal way, so they gotta think outside.
Bro, do you put on this mask every time?
Kudos, culprit.
Guess so.
You did a great job keeping me entertained.
Is it a mask or does his face just do weird stuff?
Oh, maybe that is his face.
I don't know.
Huh. I thought he was putting like a mask on.
It was you, wasn't it? The one behind the seesaw homicide.
No. It was you.
Because
It was you. Now, see, now you're just trying to throw it on poor Himiko.
Now that we figured out how it happened, now you're just trying to be like, well, clearly it was her.
Yeah.
Like she has the fucking strength and body weight to like stomp on that board and force Tenko up and.
Right. Seesaw homicide required its location to be prepared beforehand.
That's Kyo was the first to choose his corner, and he probably specifically chose the corner that wasn't near the hole to try to take suspicion off of him.
Right, exactly.
Need to lure their victim into the prepared room.
Because then he tell Himiko where to stand.
Is it not Himiko?
I don't know if he told anyone else where to stand. He just said that he was the first to pick a corner, and then I think he said like everyone else find a corner or something. If I remember right, I could be wrong.
However, there are 3 empty rooms. Which one shall we use?
The middle one. That's where I want to do my murder. I mean.
And that's totally what she said.
Himiko was the one who chose the site for the seance.
Here we go.
She likely found out about my plans for the seance somehow.
Yeah.
You were quite
Yeah, that's what
vocal
happened.
about the seance, Kyo. You even had instructions for it in your lab.
Our culprit.
Oh come on! Don't put a dark little Himiko fucking shadow thing there. She didn't do it.
Look at her. She's evil.
She's evil and she loves it. You gotta respect that.
She let
You
us
gotta
know the hole in
respect
the
it.
seance right where she wanted it. Then she killed Tenko, all according to plan.
It's brilliant.
That's a lie, right? That Himiko did such a thing?
Yeah, that's a lie. You're good, girl.
In the end, Himiko, who Tenko cherished and loved, tragically killed her.
Wait! We don't know that, right?
Wait! Gonta want to flip-flop some more.
He's wrong, right, Himiko? Himiko would never kill Tenko, right?
Tinko? I killed Tinko?
Himiko?
What's wrong, Himiko?
Himiko, blink twice if you killed Tenko.
Is Is it true that using the middle room was Himiko's idea?
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. All the rooms were set up.
But does that mean that Himiko really killed Tenko? Would something like that really happen? Something so cruel.
So cruel. Intermission. Halfway through. Okay. All right.
Nice. All right.
Yeah, that's about right. We're like 2 hours in, so we got probably another 2 hours to go.
Let's do it. Like, we haven't got to the fun little pick your side.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Looks like we've reached the intermission segment, which means it's time for our Guess the Victim quiz. A victim quiz, not a culprit quiz.
The only victim are the only people who are still watching this drawn out boring crap.
Why are you being such a downer all of a sudden?
It is okay. I am sure everyone is happy.
How do you know? I could have been skipping this entire conversation for all you know.
Oh no, we read them all in character.
I can't take it. I can't take it anymore. I'm the real victim here.
Why are you getting upset? If anything, I'm the real victim. I gotta put up with all this nonsense all the time.
Beep.
That's the right answer, Monodam.
Boop.
Why hasn't he said anything? Exactly, cause there are no victims. Yep, even if you're killed in this killing game, you're a winner.
Oh yay, that's nice. What do you win?
Cause then everyone mourns you, and you get tons of post-humiliation popularity.
Post-humiliation?
Post-humorous.
Posthumous.
Posthumous.
Means
Didn't even
after
know
death.
that was a word.
Yeah.
Oh, didn't even know that was a word.
Oh, Daddy, you don't need to reveal these kind of behind-the-scene details.
Dying makes you more popular? Then we gotta die soon, too.
What great lessons this game teaches us.
Yeah.
Remember, kids, dying makes you popular.
Dying makes you cool.
Everyone's gonna think you're so awesome for dying.
Everybody's doing it.
Oh, panic redeemed a sick, nasty hydrate.
Already did it.
Hmm. Yeah.
Did you hear something? No, I didn't hear anything.
Oh, you both are sealing your fates.
They wanna die. They just talked about how cool dying was.
That is true.
That doesn't sound scary at all.
I'm scared too. Scared of losing my friends.
You never had any.
Scared of losing my friends, even though I kill them. Bro, he's gonna off them both. If not both, definitely the red one.
Nope.
Answer us, Himiko. You chose the middle room to lure us into your trap, did you not? Then you used
Yes,
that
I mean,
trap
no.
to kill Tenko, yes?
Yes, I mean no.
You devious mastermind, you.
Well, Donkey Lips, did you kill that twat?
What?
Wait, must be some mistake. No way Himiko is culprit.
Then she needs to defend herself. Otherwise, this debate is deadlocked.
I don't care if you gotta use magic to do it, but say something already.
Are you
No.
even listening?
No, I'm not listening.
What?
I don't care anymore. I'm too tired. Angie died. Tenko died. Why did I have to survive?
Why is Kokichi crying?
Because, man.
What's going on with him over here? Like, you okay? what do you got to cry about?
Himiko's really in that spot for him.
I guess so. Turns out Himiko is the only one Kokichi genuinely cares about.
Yeah.
Don't care anymore.
Himiko.
Do whatever. If you want to vote for me, then just go ahead.
The game gets really blah if the suspect isn't into it.
Oh, that's why you were crying. Because this isn't exciting enough for you.
Damn it. Don't tell me you've given up.
Himiko, don't give up.
Oh.
Don't you understand? My life is riding on the outcome of this trial.
Shut up.
Everyone's is.
It's all just big pain. I can't put up with it anymore.
What are you talking about? If you give up here...
You needn't worry. Himiko was the one who chose that room. Therefore, she is unmistakably the culprit.
And we don't need any more proof than that.
Impossible!
Impossible.
Himiko would never kill Tenko!
That's I got an F in English. That's impossible.
Tenko not that kind of person. Gonta can tell by Himiko's face.
Himiko's a little slow, so I don't think she's
Wow, Maki. Come on now.
I also think Himiko's not the culprit.
It's like it just gets worse and worse. Eventually, it's like we can all agree Himiko is retarded, but I still think she did it. She stomped on the board with her retard strength.
It's like Jesus, people.
Everyone,
stop.
See.
It does seem like rather a pointless quest.
Oh my god.
It's not. We gotta be strong. Gotta keep thinking. Then we might find new truth.
Sorry, I keep thinking about it.
So no give up, Himiko.
Himiko, please say something and just like shut all these assholes up.
Alright. Himiko, I know how you feel. I feel the same way after K-Dog died. But we can't give up. We survived. We can't give up for the sake of everyone who died. And now I have to shoot you.
Get out, sound during Sam's in the corner. Oh, bloody Kokichi because of the other room. That's exactly what we need.
Yeah.
Himiko's decision. No, what? It's,
Of the 3 empty rooms. Why did you sleep?
I like how the empty rooms went to 3.
Because you laid your trap there.
He's a savage little toad. Who said that?
Wait, what?
One of the things I said. Oh, yes! Gonta, agree!
Yeah.
One of the things I shot down said she's a something little toad or whatever.
That's funny as shit. I did not notice that.
Like Gonta said, each room was the same. They were all trapped.
What? Is that true?
Gonta just pulling stuff out of Gonta's ass.
Oh, fucker. Passed out.
He was way too careless.
What?
What are you talking about?
I guess there was no crosspiece supporting this floorboard, so I kind of stepped through. What bad luck.
While you were in the room next to the crime scene, you found a loose floorboard, right?
Right.
No, I didn't find it so much as I stepped through it and tripped.
Hold on. There was also a floorboard in the next room?
What? Carbon's mom.
All 3 empty rooms, not just the middle one.
If the culprit set traps in
Fucking
all
Luigi.
rooms,
Wah wah wah.
they need to select a room themselves.
Luigi time.
Luigi time.
That's the next like Mario spin-off they need to make is Mario Danganronpa.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Toad's
boy.
Monokuma.
He's like, I might be fucked.
I see. We were caught in the culprit's trap all along.
Yes, that's it. We all caught in this trap, me included, because I didn't do it.
Especially you!
But now there's no reason to suspect Himiko, right?
Hashtag Himiko does nothing wrong.
What Tenko told you?
Keep your chin up and live life facing forward. Survive with me and everyone else.
We're gonna keep flashing back to the same line, aren't we?
Yep. Please.
Live life facing forward. She said that to you,
You
right?
know what's funny too?
Hmm.
I think when that moment was happening, you and me both were like, "Oh, she's dead."
Yeah, that does sound like a line that someone would say right before they die.
Right.
We're gonna
I think we
live
said
and
that.
go on forward together, and everything will be great. Next scene, dead.
Ooh.
This trial.
Listen, everyone knows you never say heroic shit.
Yeah.
For everyone who's died as well. That's why we can't
Just
give
be a
up.
little asshole like Kokichi, and you'll live forever.
We live on.
Well, until someone gets annoyed of you.
Yeah, true. He's definitely going to. No way he's making it till the end. I would be very surprised if he does.
Yeah.
That's right.
Like, Fuyuhiko I understood, because he turned around.
Yeah, but he's not. He has no redemption arc. He's just gonna keep getting shittier, I feel, and I'm here for it. I love it. Like, I want him to be a little shit heel, but it's gonna get him killed.
I'm into it.
Alright, I'm not gonna say it's a pain anymore.
Which is a bit of a
Yeah.
pain, I gotta admit.
I won't give up. I'll fight alongside everyone and survive.
Tell them, Himiko.
Say everyone. After all,
Every time she used to say, it's a pain, made me think of Shikamaru from Naruto. It's a pain. What a pain.
I feel like most animes have one character who constantly say that, like, it's a pain or something's a pain.
Right.
It's like a common trope in anime, I feel like.
You always gotta have that cool I don't care character.
No.
Well, anyway, do you think the Blackened this time has some sort of superpower?
Yes, I do, as a matter of fact. I want to bring to the stand Martian Manhunter!
No, it wasn't me.
Stepping through floorboards. Isn't it weird that no one stepped through that?
I mean, he's a
floorboard?
shapeshifter, right? Technically, any one of these characters could be Martian Manhunter.
That's true. Well, I mean, if you gotta find them, you use some fire.
Yep.
It must have been barrier magic. Well, that's one possibility, but I think it might have been something else.
I'm waiting for when Himiko actually uses her magic and everyone's just like, oh fuck.
Yeah, right.
Why didn't no one step on the floorboard until it was used for the murder? Ah, that's it. That must be the reason.
Oh, the fucking circle that we were specifically told not to step on?
Yeah, we just step around it.
Yeah.
Yup.
Where is it? Yeah.
this is it.
And it says, Persona 3 Protect, definitely the edgy I don't care character.
Never played Persona 3.
Yeah.
4 and 5 are the only ones I played. I've only played like the very beginning of 5.
Whatever is the one with the checkered character, I played like a bit of that one. I don't know which one that is.
Also, it's dark in here, so be sure to watch your step. I set up a murder trap. If the magic circle is broken, not only will the seance fail, but it may also unleash a curse, and that curse being that you'll realize what I've done.
Before we began the seance, we were warned not to step.
Well, I just find out it wasn't even him, like, oh shit.
See, they're going so heavy-handed with it that they're probably going to throw a twist into this at some point. But, like, I just don't see
Yeah.
how it wasn't him.
The floorboard in question was within the
No, I agree.
That's why no one stepped on it.
So the magic circle's purpose was to keep us away from the whole trick.
Yes!
That was part of the culprit's plans too?
It was a diversion. That's right. If that's the case, then the culprit. There's no doubt in my mind. They're the one who killed Tenko. The only person that had the opportunity and the motive. And that
Was
person...
obviously... Where's Himiko? You!
You!
You did it, Himiko!
It has to be you. Kyo. Was it you?
No. Okay, it wasn't. Darn it, it wasn't Kyo. Okay, moving on.
Whatever are you talking about?
I'm talking about Tenko's murder.
You know, okay, I'm just gonna say it, dude. The way that Kyo stands reminds me of a mutual friend of ours.
I know exactly who you're talking about, and you're 100% right. You're 100% right.
I was gonna figure out how to be subtle to say the name.
I know, yeah. I've wanted to say it many times, but I haven't. But yes, I know what you're talking about.
Okay, but I'm glad I'm not the only one.
No.
We just confused everyone, but don't worry, it wasn't for you guys. It was for us.
Variables like Tenko's position and the placement of the cage needed to be defined. Those variables were defined by using the magic.
You said his name is Keto. I love it. He's the diet.
Yeah.
Was the most important tool in this murder. Knowing that, the person who drew the
Look how high I am pointing.
has to be the culprit.
Well, Kyo,
Pointing at Monokuma. He's over there.
Answer already. Did you do it?
Okay, we reached the point in the trial where the guy starts going crazy.
What is so funny? I was just thinking. So this is how each blackened must have felt. What an intriguing experience this is.
You just made you blackened.
Intriguing experience?
But if I am the culprit as you claim, then I stomped on the floorboard, yes?
Which I couldn't have done because I don't have legs.
Yes, you
He's in a
do.
wheelchair.
Oh.
So, do tell. How could I have stomped on the floorboard during that darkened seance?
You should put yourself in the corner. You put baby in the corner.
Yeah, you just memorized how many steps it takes to get to where you need to go to stomp or whatever. Like, you're the one who set this whole up.
Unless that is made clear.
Yeah, you made a marker by using the seance.
Yeah.
how can you be so calm when you're backed into a corner like this?
I will explain that in due time. Please answer my question first.
I'm high as fuck. The culprit stepped on that exact floorboard, even in the darkness. But how? How did they move around in total darkness?
Yeah, fucking felt their way around. They probably lined it up with like one of the candles or whatever and just felt until they found the candle and it was like, oh, okay.
Right. In a room that dark. In a room that dark.
You read that like the fucking like movie trailers, like in a world, in a room that dark.
As soon as I said, I was like, oh shit.
In that dark, it's hard to imagine the culprit found the right board. Although, even after I put out the candle, I could move along the wall with my hand.
Wait a minute. Maybe.
Himiko, it was you.
Okay, go to flip again. Go to think it's Himiko.
That's it. The culprit didn't even have to see it all. They used.
The sense of smell!
The culprit used touch. They didn't see. They felt.
That way they could get around in the dark, like how I got to the candle.
Wasn't Seesaw in middle of room? Gonta doesn't think it was near wall.
So they probably used something besides the wall to move then, right?
Were there any other markers within reach?
Of course, the answer to that is there was nothing of the sort.
No, I'm sure there was something. A landmark that could have been used to determine where the floorboard was. It must have been at the scene. I know it.
Oh, fuck. Oh, good. Another hand is down. Good. You love to see it.
2 words, 5 and then
I
6.
see. M-A-C. Oh, you know what? They're probably talking about the magic circle, I think.
Oh, that would make sense.
See a G anywhere?
Nope. It's a bunch
Oh,
of
there it
C's. Oh, there you go. I's right there. Yep. And then C is
That
up
was not C.
one, up one, up one, up one, up one. Yeah, right there. Another C. I is. Yep.
We need an R. Can we get an R?
R down there. I is up by Soichi's right
I
ear,
need
now
another
going towards his
C.
neck.
C.
Oh, okay.
L.
Right there.
This was
And E. Yeah, right there. You got it.
Magic Chocolat.
That's it. The magic circle. They used the magic circle.
The magic school
Seeker.
bus.
Remember? The magic circle was drawn with salt. The culprit used the salt's texture to feel their way through the dark.
I see. So Kyo traced the magic circle with his hands to get to the loose floorboard.
Oh, I see. You drew the magic circle with salt to use it as a guide.
Uh-oh.
Wait.
An interesting thought.
What if I told you that no? Does that change your mind? Okay, go to mind changed.
Recall the document. What did the magic circle look like?
Looked like a circle that was magic.
Based on the document, the magic circle wouldn't reach the corners of the room.
So what?
You telling me he couldn't shuffle his feet and feel with his feet? Are you telling me that? You tell me that right now?
Darkened, each of us was in a corner of the room, yes? The magic circle didn't reach us, so I could not...
You have legs!
Here's what you did. You fucking touched the wall till you got the candlestick that was like in the middle of the wall, and then you knew that lined up with the magic circle, so you just went in that direction and you felt, and then that's when you knew.
You're talking about the magic circle.
It's not that
in the
difficult.
document. That doesn't mean the circle.
The magic circle wasn't near us. How could I have touched it?
But what if I told you that I've been a ghost this whole time and can't touch anything?
So which is it?
I hope his excuses just get more and more absurd.
Well, Gonto believe that now. Gonto switch sides.
That is a good point. He is ghost.
I see. Another piece of the puzzle. Drawing the circle with salt all but guaranteed it would be temporary. The investigation itself would have gotten rid of the evidence. Clever.
Clever girl.
Everyone, may I have your attention, please?
Pain. We don't have any way to check.
Oh, that music was gone and I was back.
Excuse me, everyone. May I have your attention, please?
Well, I guess there's no point in discussing the magic circle anymore.
Hey, may I have your attention?
Solar flare!
Cut that out! It's too bright!
I apologize.
You paying attention now, Kyo?
Just wanted everyone to listen to me.
About what?
I had Mew add another function to my body, in addition to the flashlight.
I have a built-in microwave and the hot pockets are now ready.
Everyone, take one.
You cannot finish a trial on an empty stomach.
Stop! You can't! I didn't install it for that purpose.
Please, let me use it. With it, I might be able to save everyone.
It's my vibrating penis.
It's just like a fucking dildo on like a rotating stick and it's just flying around.
It's an image recording function.
Image recording?
What?
Specifically, this function allows me to dispense a printout of my own memory.
Oh.
Give it a try.
Photographic memory. That's
Yeah,
kind of
literally
interesting. Yeah. You know what? I never see that actually. That's kind of interesting. I like that.
Also used magic like that before.
This printout is my memory of being kicked out of the seance. Please confirm that the
My
floor
memory
of the
getting
empty
kicked
room
out.
is clearly visible.
Yet another memory of me getting bullied.
Go on.
Starts pointing out all the moments.
Here are all the times that Kokichi was mean to me.
Okay, got it.
I recollected.
Reluctantly.
Took the paper from Kibo's mouth. It was still wet. So, this is the magic circle used for the seance.
Well, Shuichi, do you notice anything?
Yeah, there's a J.
A jarg. Notice anything? I am stupid.
I am pretty fucking dumb.
The J.
Are we to know? I mean, these lines are coming out. Is that what we're supposed to be noticing?
Yeah, I mean, those kind of reach the corners, right?
Kind of looks like it.
See what happens. Yeah. All right, that was it. Good job. Look at you.
Thanks, I'm smart.
This helped a lot, Kibo. Without you, I never would have seen through Kyo's lie.
My lie.
My lie.
My lie. My.
Exactly as it appears now.
Oh.
But that's a lie, isn't it? The magic circle at the scene had lines that stretched to the room's corners.
It's also why your seance didn't work, because you added extra lines that weren't supposed to be there.
Which means
Yeah. Big stupid.
You idiot! You also put a J there. Why? You don't need a J.
No one knows supposed to be a T.
Idiot.
Different from the document after all.
All because Himiko noticed. And because of Kibo, too.
Mostly because of Kibo.
I'm the one who installed that function into Kibo.
Hey, yeah.
Yeah, so good job, Kibo.
Saying about its purpose.
Oh, to be honest, the purpose of that image recording function is to monitor my health. Specifically, I make Kibo use that function every day to analyze my turds.
What?
You're what? Why?
Poor guy has to stare at her shit.
It's a great indicator of intestinal health and gut bacteria quality.
Lady, what is the matter with you?
Plus, taking a satisfying shit does wonders for a woman's natural beauty, so... See? You're all grossed out! This is why I didn't want to tell you about my plan! Quit talking about your poop. No one cares.
I see someone who cares.
I begged to differ, honey.
Kokichi's like, that's my fetish!
Shit on me.
You killed Tenko, didn't you? Just give up and admit it already.
So, Kyo, if you have any objections, you can...
Your deductions are fiction.
Yep, there we go.
Well, since you've given me the option,
See, this is the thing now.
certainly
Took us 2 hours, over 2 hours, to solve just this murder. We still got a whole nother one.
Let's not worry about that right now, Brian. Like,
I'm just saying.
let me believe that we're almost done with this.
Unimportantly.
now I shall bear witness to your abilities, Shuichi. Do entertain me.
Oh, I'll entertain you, big guy. I'll entertain you so hard. Marker Stone, Iron Cage, White Sheet, Dogs. We haven't talked about that White Sheet yet, and he was the only one who touched that, so I'm guessing that's what we gotta use.
Yep.
It was set up in the cage. The only people capable of that are Kokichi and Shuichi, who carry the cage. So suspicion should fall on them.
True, we could have placed the sickle there, but we could not have removed it later. Because we weren't the ones who lifted the cage.
Yeah,
That
Dumbo.
was Himiko.
The only person who could have collected the sickle is Himiko. But the only people who could have placed the sickle are Kokichi and Shuichi. But in regards to that dilemma, I did not carry the cage, nor did I lift it. I had no opportunity.
Oh, but you had the White Sheet!
I'll cut through your words.
Yeah, cut through your words.
Yeah.
God, I'm cool.
I'm getting laid.
I'll slice through your stupid... can I try that again?
Yeah, you can drag it, buddy.
retrieved it afterward when you removed the clock.
Ingenious.
And then, while everyone was
Deliciously devilish, Seymour.
dropped the sickle under the floor.
Wonderful! That's exactly correct.
What?
What?
It's correct. Then why don't you give up already?
Because I don't want to.
The trick I put so much work into is just wasted effort now. Alas.
So, it was you? You killed Tenko?
Let me guess. You'll never forgive me. Himiko, you must hate me so very much. Maybe you'd feel better if I was executed by Monokuma. But unfortunately for you, that won't happen.
Yeah, I have a feeling you're gonna get a pardon.
Including myself, will die.
Yeah.
Nice.
I had that feeling.
Yep.
You still don't understand? I killed Tenko, that is the truth. But it is meaningless in this class trial.
Yep.
You mean Monokuma's extra rule, right?
Yep.
Oh, that's right. What happens to your votes even if there are 2 blackened candidates? Well, I have an answer for that. It's first come, first serve.
Kyo's in the back like, fucking score!
I killed Tenko, but not Angie.
Or
Yeah,
maybe
I had a feeling Kyo was gonna kill well, not he was going to, but he had intentions, but because another death happened, he was like, oh well, fuck.
Mm.
Trivial issue? No, that's gotta be a lie. You probably killed Angie too.
Oh, I think he's telling the truth on that one.
Recall that I was unable to enter Angie's lab.
Someone else did.
Only student council members and Kokichi could enter research lab.
How could I have possibly killed Angie when I couldn't even...
I don't think she was in her lab when she died. I don't think that was ever established. Her body's there, but that doesn't mean she died there.
We can figure that out. No one else could have done it besides you. If you're the one who killed Tenko, you gotta be the one who killed Angie.
I understand how you feel, Himiko, but maybe we can discuss this rationally and calmly.
I don't know
There's a
why.
zero possibility that Kyo is telling the
Nah,
truth.
maybe he didn't. I don't think maybe Kibo killed Angie.
No.
Robots can understand.
I'm going all in on Kyo. I think he did them both.
You think he did both?
I think so, yeah.
Of course I understand. I worked.
See, my brain wants to think that they're gonna try to pull a one person got away with that rule.
You know, I don't think so. You know what I'm gonna guess right now? I am going to guess that Angie caught him while he was setting up these rooms to do a murder, so he had to kill her too. And that's probably her dried blood that was there.
Oh, like she walked in on him.
So then he brought her to her own room and did a whole setup thing to make it look like a whole different murder. But I think he did them both.
Maybe. Okay. I didn't think about that.
Chill, dude.
That's enough! It's voting time! I'm gonna vote for him!
Voting for me will only help the one who murdered Angie.
Isn't Kyo culprit?
Of course I'm not. This case was an error on my part. Monokuma added that rule after both bodies were found, yes? How was I to know that the trial would only be for Angie's killer? Had I known, I certainly wouldn't have killed Tenko.
You're lying! You killed Tenko!
Yeah, but if Angie died though, why would you still continue with Tenko then? Why wouldn't you just stop? If a murder already happened, why would you pursue a second? Yeah, maybe he did do both.
Talk it out more. This case might have juicy plot twists.
Yeah, maybe
waiting to
Angie was a
happen.
mistake.
No.
Huh.
To that, any way you look at this case,
I just don't get why he was targeting Tenko then. Or was he just targeting anyone? Because didn't Tenko offer to put herself in there?
Yeah, well...
Because she was the one saying that she wanted to, do it for Himiko.
Yeah, because, like, Himiko... I thought Himiko was the first one who said she would do it, but then Tenko decided to do it for her.
Yeah.
So that sounds right. I mean, I don't know. It seems to me like maybe he was just trying to like get rid of people from the fucking student council.
That would make sense.
So I don't think he ever even like really planned on killing Tenko specifically, because even though she was part of the student council, she didn't really believe in any of that shit.
Was it the whole time it was like... No, because that wouldn't make sense, because if his original target was Angie... God, that's the problem. Because if Angie was a mistake and Tenko was a mistake, who was his original target? Or yeah, maybe it was just all of them.
One of you. Wowee! This argument is getting intense. At times like this, the Ultimate Academy is proud to present its very
Oh, we're doing it. We're doing the thing.
Yippee! I've been waiting for this.
You and me both, buddy.
What part is this?
It's the debate thing with the two teams.
Oh shit, we're already on that.
Kyo confessed to killing Tenko, but insists he didn't kill Angie. We won't forgive Kyo for what he did, but we can't vote until we know that fact. I have to pin down the evidence and convince everyone.
I like how there's like really no reason to spiral us up like this, but whatever.
Oh, we have more dead people.
Kyo.
We don't know for certain that Kyo killed Angie.
Man, we're defending Kyo in a sense.
Yeah, right. We're on the wrong side of the law here. Lab.
Anyone could have entered my lab.
So Kyo did kill Tenko, but he...
Blackened.
Perhaps there's a second blackened we need to find.
I'm not even gonna let you finish that thought.
He's planning to use the new rule to protect Kyo.
Rule.
Not possible. That rule was
Oh,
added
Kyo
after
twice.
both
Wow. Oh, because we have more dead people.
Not yet.
The last one's always funny because it's like, yeah, gee, I wonder what.
Right, who is the last one?
Oh.
No! X! Yes!
Cross counter.
It would be a mistake to vote before we've completely solved Angie's murder. And there's still the mystery of Tenko's murder.
Mystery? What kind of mystery?
Well, Kyo's confession...
Yeah, this stream has been going on long enough.
But we still have to go over one of the clues found at Tenko's crime scene.
We really need to drag this shit out.
I believe it might even have something to do with Angie's murder.
Talking about the blood.
Yes, that outlying piece of evidence.
Yeah.
This is it! The blood stain found under the floor. Maki and I found it during the investigation. It was beneath the floorboard that the culprit stomped on.
Is that Tenko's blood?
That bloodstain was too far from Tenko's corpse to have been hers.
Also, the bloodstain was already dry when we found it. But the blood from Tenko's body hadn't even begun to dry yet.
Well, that's weird. Why was that bloodstain the only dry one?
The bloodstain under the floorboard was dry because...
Yeah, happened before the seance.
That's it! The bloodstain wasn't from Tenko's murder. It was there before we started the seance.
Before the seance?
And that should make it clear whose blood it was. The bloodstain from before the seance, it had been.
Banji Bananji.
Yeah, you pretty much solved this whole one, Mike. This
Yeah,
one's all you.
I'm kind of surprised. I figured they would have thrown a curveball at me by now, but like this seems to be right.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. I'm expecting curveballs, so that's what I'm trying to like prepare for.
No.
Just because we found her body doesn't mean she was killed.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like this one is neat, but like the whole process of it made it pretty clear that Kyo was behind it. Like, who else would fucking set up a whole thing to do a murder for a seance that only Kyo cares about and knows how to set up and blah blah blah. It's like he's like the only one who could have done it.
We assumed that only council members could have killed Andrew since her body was in her lab. But if she died somewhere else, then we can't suspect just the council members anymore.
So the culprit didn't enter her lab, but waited for her to come out of it?
I'm not sure if the culprit waited for her, but they probably killed her when she came out. Well, I thought that was more likely from the start. So I went to places Angie might have gone and checked all 3 empty rooms.
Places she might have gone? Why did you check the empty rooms then?
The empty rooms were the only places I could think of that Angie would go.
Did Angie have business in rooms?
It seems Kokichi's up to his usual misleading nonsense.
Let's all ignore him before he proves that I murdered both of them.
Yeah.
I do lie a lot, and I could be lying right now too. But I'm pretty sure someone's panicking right now because of my lie.
Not me. I feel great.
Is it you, Sasumi? Angie left her lab on her own and headed to the room where she was killed. Is Kokichi's statement true, or
Is it more phony baloney?
is this motherfucker lying?
Effigies hung upside down, gold leaf katana, necronomicon on the caged child. Okay.
Is not where Angie was killed. She was killed in the empty room instead.
She left her lab on her own?
But why would she go into an empty room? There shouldn't have been anything in there. Except for candles.
Candles.
She wanted a candle.
For the...
Self-awake at night. She would drift.
To burn the Necronomica.
Oh! Yeah, that's totally it. Okay, yeah, that's totally it.
Yep, we're gonna agree with me.
The art research lab is not where Angie was.
So Angie was actually preparing the actual
Yeah.
seance. She was actually gonna do it.
There shouldn't have been. Except for
I love it.
That's it. Angie went to that room to get a candle.
Yeah, her tangy wax play.
Angie was going to use it for the ritual
Yeah, there you go.
Actually...
to resurrect the dead.
You gotta burn that bitch.
I pray if it's burn necronomicon. You gotta burn it, you gotta burn it. You gotta burn it. Burn, burn.
Then did she say
Carbon monoxide.
Burn, baby, burn. Disco Inferno.
That's right. There's nothing to start a fire with in Angie's lab.
Except for those hot buns.
Get a candle from the empty rooms.
And that's when the culprit attacked her.
Why does she have pointy elf ears? You see that?
That's why.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Blood underfloor.
Which means
Has she always had those?
attacked in the same room the seance was held.
I don't know now.
I've never noticed.
I feel like her ears have always been kind of covered, at least in
Yeah.
the front shots.
If we hadn't done the seance in that room, then Tenko's murder would have been in another room. If that happened, no one would have discovered Angie's bloodstain under the floorboards.
Oh shit!
That's right. Shuichi and I only checked under the floorboards where Tenko died.
Yep.
And that's all we were doing.
Tenko for choosing the same room as Angie. This must be a Tua's will.
Oh my god.
I now believe in Natua!
I just picked one.
It's like the middle one.
You claim Angie was murdered in the empty room, and then moved to the lab? Then how do you explain the large amount of blood in the lab?
He stabbed her with the sword when he brought her to the lab.
It may be possible to carry a body, but blood cannot be moved.
You taped up her first wound, and then stabbed her again when she got here.
I think she was still alive after the attack in the empty room.
Or maybe that, I don't know.
She was killed after she was carried to her lab.
That means the culprit attacked her twice. I have evidence for that.
Forehead injury?
Yes.
This is it!
That should have been bleeding.
Yeah.
The fatal wound was a cut to the back of her neck from a katana. But she
What a
also
cool way
showed
to
signs
die,
of
by the way.
blood-force trauma. And I think I know why. After Angie was knocked unconscious in the empty room,
Yep.
she was killed in her lab.
I see. So that puddle of blood is from the killing blow. Ha! It's all clear now. Angie was attacked in the empty room, carried to her lab, and it was there that the culprit finished her off.
All clear. This is all clear. What are you all talking about? All clear? What is all clear? What are you? All clear? What are you?
Oh god, he's vibrating!
You.
He's vibrating!
What? What are...
He's transforming! Oh.
I will not back down.
What?
Wait, Kyo, you're a girl?
Sweet Correcchio, call me.
You're the sister.
What? What?
That's his sister. That's him. He's the sister.
He is the sister.
I think, right?
Danganronpa, what the fuck? What?
Their words are all hollow. There is no meaning to any of them.
What?
Yeah, I'm under there, Shuichi.
You must teach these ignorant children a lesson.
Wait.
Yes, you're right.
Oh, you're both. You have a split personality.
Oh, I see.
The voice actress who's playing the sister. Why did that sound like Major? Is that her? Major?
I thought it was the normal voice actor just kind of putting on a girl voice, but maybe I'm wrong.
Was it? I could barely like.
Yeah, it did
kind of
again
hear because it was a lower voice.
Yeah.
Nothing is clear at all.
Okay.
Panic! I know you're still here because I saw you redeemed a hydrate. Who's the voice actress for the sister?
Angie was attacked in the empty room first.
I need to know.
And then carried into the research lab? Impossible. Impossible. That's nothing but a delusion.
You're looking for unimpossible.
Poison our minds with your delusion?
That's impossible.
I'm gonna start using that now.
It's no delusion. Angie's two external wounds tell the story. After she was struck in the empty room, she was carried to the art research lab and then killed.
You say the culprit carried Angie's body?
Oh jeez. Oh, it's getting weird.
A single drop of blood
It's
fell?
getting weird.
The hallway and empty room had no blood stains.
The duct tape.
Did you see blood in the hallway?
Okay, I guess it's not the thing we're supposed to hit yet.
I was wrong.
That's fine. I was wrong.
Dumb.
Carried Angie's body, and not a single drop of blood fell. The hallway and empty room had no blood stains. Even if you wipe them down later, there'd still be traces of evidence left behind. But there was no evidence anywhere.
There we go.
Was there, Shuichi?
I'll cut through your words.
I'll sword you. Fuck. That was my chance and it screwed it up.
The bloody tape under Angie's body.
What?
It was wrapped around her head to stop the bleeding while she was being carried.
Bloody tape? Gonta didn't notice at all.
It was under the body. It's most likely evidence the culprit should have gotten rid of.
But didn't, because dumb.
But since it was hidden, the culprit didn't notice and failed to dispose of it.
It must have fallen as the fatal blow was dealt and ended up under her body.
Must have been Atua who did that for us.
What? Atua? How long are you going to keep that up?
Now we know most of the mystery behind Andy's murder.
I'm convinced.
But do we
there's
know
only
why
one
kids love the
person who
taste
could
of
have
Cinnamon
killed
Toast Crunch?
Fuck.
It's called the tan lines.
Skull highlights.
It has to be you.
Yeah, you, both of you, whoever, whatever amount of people is inside of you, that's who did it.
How many people are inside of you?
Well, that was obvious. Such a boring, obvious answer.
I kind of feel you, Kokichi. I didn't think I would nail it like that.
Killed both of them. Why did you kill them?
In terms of pure logic, only one victim was necessary to win.
Why you killed them both?
For the lulz!
One of the murders was
For lols. I think one of the murders was an accident. Yeah.
That's right. It wasn't part of the plan.
Huh? Which one?
The ancient one. He didn't mean to, but he had to. You see, she saw what he was doing,
Angie's murder was
and she had to die.
What? Ava wasn't.
Okay, yeah, Panic says it's the same voice. Okay, okay. If for a hot second it sounded like Major, but I think it's because the voice was really low.
But while he was
Yeah,
making preparations in the empty room,
Just wishfully thinking.
You hear what you want to hear, Brian.
so he decided.
And I always hear Major.
Everything I hear is Major.
Listen, she can step on me and I'll be okay. I'll be okay with it, Mike.
was killed.
Then
Brian, I think it's you who needs to go to horny jail now.
killed Angie. There was no reason for him
Go
to
to
kill
horny
Tenko.
jail.
Go with the horny jail, gonna get whipped.
You only needed to kill
Gonna
one
get
person.
snood.
Killing two was pointless. If you get bonus points for killing more, then sure. Otherwise, it leaves more clues behind.
Why kill? Why you kill two of our friends?
What on earth are you talking about?
I take it all back. I didn't do any of it. It wasn't me. It was Himiko again.
Oh, go to believe that.
Oh, good point, good point. Go to think it was Himiko. Votes.
Yeah.
Why are they? Why is it? Calm yourself, Korekio.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You mustn't raise your voice. You mustn't stutter.
Yeah, that's not Major.
Lose
Nope.
composure. You mustn't become flustered.
That's Bato! I'm just kidding.
Look at their horrid faces.
Oh, Brian.
This sorry lot is not worth agonizing over. You're right. Yeah, you're right.
There he goes again. What the hell's wrong with him?
It all
He
makes
is
sense.
the sister.
He's talking with someone. Someone? He's just talking to himself. And why the hell is he wearing lipstick?
You ever be so inbred that you are your own sister?
What? Oh, boy, I need to wrap my brain around that one.
Like, that's how bad it is. Fucking Kiyo's so inbred, he is his own sister.
Damn.
There is no evidence that I killed Angie.
Damn, your daddy fucked his sister real good.
No, I will not acknowledge it. I will
Wow.
only acknowledge facts, true events.
Everything you're saying is fake news!
Acknowledge your deductions or guesses. Well said. Good job, Korekio. Yes, thanks.
Oh, mask goes back up.
Freak me the fuck out!
Split personality.
No evidence. There's no evidence that he killed Angie?
You're wrong. There is
You're wrong.
There's
He
nothing
said it. He said the line.
wrong. There's nothing wrong with my eyes or my mind.
You do realize bluffs like that.
Okay.
The weapon that was used to knock Angie unconscious in the empty room. That weapon tells us the whole story, Kyo.
That's not possible. I think you may have misunderstood. Apologize. Come on, apologize.
Apologize.
Apologize. Apologize.
Apologize. Apologize. Apologize. Apologize. Apologize.
Seriously, what the hell's happening?
Danganronpa's
so
happening,
shirking.
Kaito.
Keep up, buddy.
I have no idea what's happening with Kyo. But I know what weapon he used on Angie. I have to prove it to him.
Here we go.
I have nothing to admit.
B.
Oh, right. Yeah, that was a hold thing. Oh, shit. I'm fucking this up.
Hold X. 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 X.
I
A.
have nothing to admit.
B.
You are simply wrong.
Shit.
B. B. A. A. Hold X.
So I have nothing to confess.
Y.
I
Y.
have nothing to admit.
Hold B.
You are simply wrong.
So you have to wait for that circle to close, basically,
Yep.
before you can hold it. Okay. Okay. Gotcha.
So I have nothing to. Why must you force your delusions on
Oh,
us?
we killed the sister.
That's merely a delusion.
Well said, Pinocchio. To continue this debate is meaningless. Why must you force your delusions on us?
Your luck? That's merely a delusion.
Well said, Pinocchio. To continue this.
I told you I am not the culprit. So why are you
Whoa.
looking at me like
Oh, you're
that?
doing your little thingy.
You're
Yeah.
all wrong, not me.
Pinocchio speaks the truth. Such a sorry lot.
Apologize. Apologize.
2 bars left.
I told
1
you
bar
I'm
left.
not the culprit.
And it's
Why are you
gone.
looking at me like that? You're all wrong, not me.
Pinocchio speaks the truth. Such a sorry lot.
Apologize.
Oh,
Apologize.
shit. Oh, God. That's hard. I don't...
Yeah, that was brutal, dude.
hold on. Oh, shit. That's
Some of them are like glitching out. Are you seeing that?
Yeah, that's a thing that happens.
Your fever's back, by the way.
Yeah.
I told you I am
4
not
bars.
the culprit.
3. You got him.
Go!
You have no proof
The
Whoa.
removed floorboard.
Floorboard. Yeah.
Nice. Hot man lady.
Kyo hit Angie with the same
All
force
right.
used in the seesaw trick.
Yeah, you seesaw.
Dude, he fucking seed and we saw through it.
Oh my god, why are you not anime protest?
There was a small patch of dry blood on the underside of the floorboard. Angie's blood?
And I know blood does not belong there.
The thing is, floorboards don't have blood. Little known fact. Oh, he hit her with the floor. Oh!
For that to be there. The
He's evil and he
must
loves
not
it.
have been in place at the time of
Evil,
the
he
attack.
loves it.
Good point.
So she stumbled into the room where Kyo was already working.
Yeah.
Kyo's earlier confession is further evidence that the floorboard was used.
How? If the weapon used to hit Angie is the floorboard from the seesaw trick,
It means the culprit knew about the seesaw, so the same person killed Tenko and Angie.
Wow, good scream. He really went for it.
Yeah. That's what's his name? Todd.
I believe that while Keel was setting up the seesaw, he was holding the board when Angie walked in.
Helicopter with a floorboard.
When Angie walks in with that itty bitty waist and a round thing in your face, you beat her with a board.
Yeah. Almost got an upskirt shot right there. I done fucked up.
All right, Shuichi. I'll leave the finale to you. Bring down the house.
You have done nothing.
Put an end to this.
Do your cool little fucking comic book thing. Alright, everyone sit here for like 3 or 4 hours while I sketch, ink, and color this comic book.
Mike, move to the left a little bit with the camera.
To
left? What the fuck? Well, you ready orgasming?
She does that, man. Whatever. We just ignore her now.
I looked at her. I'm like, is she doing what I think she's doing? So I had to get a better look.
She has completed like 7 times during this whole trial. She needs therapy. Anyway, we're gonna move on. Who's the culprit with the saw in the empty room? Do we have a saw? Hold on. What do we got here?
Removing the floorboard. No.
Okay.
Okay, we don't got that one.
Yeah. All right. So, what weapon knocked Angie unconscious? The floorboard.
Board. Yeah, you have that one. Right? Yeah.
Okay. What was compressing the injury on Angie's head while she was carried?
The tape.
Do we have that?
Yeah, that's that. Yeah, right there. Right? No. Oh yeah, no. Yeah, circle means good. Yeah,
circle
yeah.
means
Okay,
good.
yeah. Tiana.
Is this the one?
That. Oh, I guess so. Okay, cool.
Okay, whose effigy was stabbed with a katana? Coyote.
Hey,
I
dog.
don't know if we have that.
Nah, I don't look like it.
Handle of the spinning katana. Did this thing.
Smack that. Yep.
Smack that.
Miss some more.
And Angie's body was found. Who unlocked the door? Cockroaches.
We definitely don't got that one.
What object did Tenko arrested? The rock?
The stone. Yep.
The rock says, know your role. What weapon did the culprit set up on the iron cage?
The
I don't think
doggy,
we got
which we don't got.
anything.
No.
Well, it would have been the sickle. But
Oh, yeah.
who besides Kokichi was responsible for extinguishing the candles? It was
Us.
I. We don't
Oh,
have
he
that.
did it.
That was the culprit of moving the touching.
Yep, right there. Yep.
Okay. When the culprit approached the cage.
I don't think we got that one yet. Oh.
Wait, it's
right
probably
there.
a sickle, right?
Yeah, wait, that was a sickle.
No, it's not.
No. That one is for the other one. The one for the sickle that we were talking about?
Oh.
Yeah, that one.
This
Yeah,
one.
right in there.
Yeah,
Yeah. That one's for that.
You were right. Okay.
Sorry, I was trying to say that, but I said it stupidly.
It's
So-
okay. Go just back to the beginning here. This.
No.
It's fucking. Meh.
There you go. Yeah. Okay, nice.
Okay, this is K-Dog.
Yep. Yeah.
Me.
It was me.
It was I. I did it, and I'd do it again too.
They move the floor board, right? No.
Uh.
Wait, when the culprit approached the cage.
Oh, okay. So this. There.
Oh yeah, that one's that.
Okay. So yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah.
What is that
Okay.
panel? Oh, stomped hard. Oh, because we're doing the jumping section. Right. Okay.
Let's look back at the first murder. It
Thump.
was
Okay.
late last night. The culprit was in the empty room on the 4th floor. The culprit was preparing the seance murder they had planned.
I just don't get. So if Angie was the mistake, you were targeting Tenko for what though?
Again, Tenko deciding to be the one, like, in the seance happened, like, after this was all set up. So I think Kyo was just planning on killing somebody. I don't know. I don't even know if he had a specific target.
Yeah, that's the thing. I just can't figure out the target unless it's just all of that committee.
And whoever picked a room.
My man off into politics.
They needed a saw. I imagine they got one from the warehouse. They were planning to cut the cross pieces in all 3
I imagine they got it from the warehouse. Actually, this one was outside.
However, when the
Oh?
culprit was working on the middle room, the unexpected happened.
What's this?
What's this?
Angie walked
Clack!
and saw the culprit making their preparations.
Now I know what this looks like.
Ritual and had gone to the room.
Oh, what does it look like?
Nothing.
Oh, that's good. I thought you were planning some sort of murder.
Finish the setup.
No, me? What? Ah, Angie, you crazy.
You crazy girl.
You're so crazy and weird.
But now that Angie had seen it, the culprit couldn't use the seesaw trick. Any other person might have just given up, but not our culprit.
Not our Kyo. He really follows through.
The culprit took
Sorry
the
to
rope they loosened,
make you
struck,
bored.
suspecting Angie in the bed.
Got him.
I would like to do this again sometime.
The culprit did not want to give up on the plan and had to improvise. They wrapped duct tape around Angie's injury to stop the bleeding. Then they picked up her unconscious body and carried her to a research lab.
While the sick guitar solo was going on.
Right?
While she was unconscious, the
Oh,
culprit
Jesus
turned
Christ, I
to
thought that
the
arm
eyes
was
of his
jerking
hand.
off. Oh. It was just moving a little
Yeah,
bit, and I'm
yeah.
like, uh-oh. That
Uh-oh,
position.
uh-oh.
But because they were in a hurry, they made a crucial oversight. They didn't notice the duct tape had peeled off and was under Angie's body. Without that evidence, we may never have figured out the culprit's trick.
Brought down by a piece of duct tape.
Carrying the supplies they needed, the culprit returned to the ultimate art lab. Locked the front door from inside. And took out the katana they brought from their own lab. They then stabbed Angie in the back of the neck, finally killing her. Then, to further confuse us, the culprit attempted to make a locked room mystery. First, they used rope from the warehouse and hung 4 effigies upside down. There were 2 reasons for
Just seems like a lot of work, you know?
Right?
to
All for an accident.
cold atmosphere.
This is why Himiko can never murder anybody. This is way too much work for her.
The culprit stuck the katana into Kaede's effigy.
You know, I want to see one. I want to see a murder where they actually try to dispose of the body.
Yeah, right.
And
Where it's
spun
like,
Angie around to twist
I don't know, they burned it or some shit, and they stood there and made sure that
Well,
body was gone.
that's kind of. I mean, I guess there's not a lot of ways to do that, but like, I'm kind of surprised no one's tried just really like getting rid of the body completely, because like.
Right.
Apparently, you need 3 witnesses to discover a body before any of this can go down. But like, what if someone just goes missing and nobody ever finds them?
Right. Like that would be interesting.
Yeah.
Hell, Monokuma would love that, maybe. Ooh, nice upskirt.
Once released,
Whip.
began spinning, and the gold leaf katana with it.
So he just twirled it a lot.
Yep.
The handle of the katana then hit the sliding lock, locking the door.
Okay, that I can kind of see, because then if you twist it long enough, it's gonna move around a little bit more, you know?
Yeah, but you just gotta like space it so like perfectly.
Yeah, you do.
A difficult trick, but remember that the lock was so loose it moved at the slightest touch. The culprit also would have had the opportunity to attempt it many times.
I mean, also my theory would be if that lock was so loose, couldn't they have kept jiggling that door and made that lock move a little bit more forward?
Yeah, they keep saying like this thing was so loose at the start. It's like, yeah, I feel like there's a way you could have just made it lock without doing this whole thing, but
yeah,
if it's as loose as they say.
But by that point, it was too late. The room was sealed. There was no way for them to get back inside. Then, this morning, we opened up the room and discovered Angie's body.
Shuichi, you did not look that cool.
But the culprit wasn't finished.
Listen, man, he had to draw himself and make himself look a little cool.
I really wish he made himself look like super fucking buff.
Dude, that would be so cool if like the protags did that in the comics, where only they were just buffer.
And like characters they didn't like were like drawn really ugly.
Right.
Like Kokichi just looks like a fucking monstrosity.
Pyro Stangen.
The middle one was chosen for the seance. I was invited by Kokichi to take Kibo's place in the seance. Tenko volunteered to be the medium, but she never imagined it would get her killed. To perform the seance, the culprit claimed they needed something for Tenko. A small stone that Himiko had brought from the courtyard. Tenko, at the culprit's request, bowed her head.
Blood.
Yeah, it turns out that's the way she actually died. When she went down, just ah.
Way too fast, she went down.
Dead on the scene.
Making sure the murder went as planned.
Kyo, that was not me.
Next, Kokichi and I placed the iron cage over Tenko in the middle of the magic circle. The culprit then volunteered to drape the white cloth over the iron cage. We didn't realize it at the time, but that was a deliberate decision by the culprit. They needed to set up the murder weapon that was used to kill Tenko.
What if it accidentally fell out, like while he was trying that up? He's like,
While they were covering the cage with cloth, they secretly placed the
Kyo, what are you doing with that sickle? Nothing.
It's part of the ritual.
Yeah, it's part of the ritual, trust me.
Finally, 4 of us placed the wooden statue on top of the cage.
And no one noticed the bulge of the sickle handle.
Listen, they're all very stupid.
To keep the murder weapon in place. After the preparations were complete, we began the seance. In complete darkness, we each stood in one corner and sang the Cage Child song.
I was a little flat.
When the song finished, the soul of the dead was supposed to enter the medium, but our culprit had another plan, to commit a murder in the darkness. right after we started singing, the culprit began making their way toward Tenko. It would have been quite difficult to do in total darkness, but our culprit had a guide. They used the lines of the magic circle drawn with salt. The culprit felt for the salt and used it to guide them along. And when the culprit reached the center of the circle, they found a floorboard that had its crosspiece cut off the night before.
So, here's my question. This was all happening during the song, right?
Yes.
And presumably, Kyo was still singing, otherwise it would be obvious that he stopped singing.
Yeah.
So he was singing while he was moving, and nobody heard his voice, like, changing directions or, like, going closer or further, depending on your position in the room?
Yep, that's what I'm thinking.
Get it together, game designers.
Then lifted up their foot and stomped down hard on the floorboard. The floorboard lifted up like a seesaw.
I'd even this, like, what if this went real bad and the board fucking snapped and he fell through the floor? There's so many ways this could have gone wrong.
Right.
Tenko's body up toward the ceiling of the cage.
I'm amazed he didn't, like, kind of slip a little bit.
No.
Tenko was stabbed in the back of the neck by the
Because he's doing both feet on there. He's lost all his balance now.
She was killed right before
Well, not balance, but you know what I mean.
Seriously, though, that would have had to have been a very strong board, because there's a wooden board. I could snap pretty easily.
Oh, yeah.
After committing the crime, the culprit followed the salt back to their corner. Finished the ritual and had us light the candles. We followed the culprit's directions and removed the equipment.
Yeah, I don't know. I think this is probably the weakest trial so far.
Yeah.
Because A, it was kind of obvious to figure it out, and B, it just seems like there's a lot of points that are like, I don't know if that would really work the way this game thinks it would.
Yeah.
While we were all focused on the body, the culprit picked up the sickle and dropped it under the floor through the hole in the corner of the room. Ironically, the final step of the murder was unwittingly carried
Like,
out
even
by
something like that. Like, I know people were making a big fuss over Tenko being dead and all, but, like, I don't know. I feel like if someone dropped a fucking scythe through the floor, I feel like you would hear something.
Right.
Whatever. I'll stop tearing this apart. It's a game. I'll get over it.
That evidence was the magic circle that the culprit used to navigate in the dark. However,
Oh, that's kind of a cool picture.
didn't know that Kibo had taken a picture. He really saved us. Without that, we wouldn't know what changes were made to the circle. But now we know for certain, and we know the culprit drew the magic circle. Korekyo Shinguchi, the ultimate anthropologist.
What'd you say?
You're the culprit behind these
Gesundheit?
He said that name so fast. My brain could not process that.
That's where my detective work leads us. It all fits.
Sweet Correctio. There were times when it's necessary to admit defeat.
Pick up.
Big up.
Yeah. Okay.
So you finally admit you did it.
Unfortunately. Yes. Yes.
You don't have to be that person. But since they first figured it out, they could have voted and still survived.
Yeah, I know. At the once we figured out that he killed Tenko, if we did vote, we would have been right. Like,
Yeah.
literally
you
half
would've
this
been
trial
safe.
was a waste of time.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. It's to make sure it's 100% concrete.
You got to
I
make
get
sure,
that.
but still, it's just funny to think that we could have ended this way sooner.
Right.
That's kind of the weird thing about this trial. Is like usually there's like a red herring of some sort, or maybe even two, where you're like, well, it could be them, could be them. But like, I feel like this whole time we're like, it's Kyo, and we was just like constantly proving that, yeah, no, it was definitely Kyo.
Yeah, well, see, that's the thing. I was waiting for like a second shoe to drop or something. I was expecting it and waiting. I'm just like, I guess it's not. I guess it's you, my guy. Like, because that's the thing. I feel like that's how a lot of these trials are. It's like we lean one way and then they drop that herring where it's like, oh shit, you know what? And they didn't do it for this god. Wow, that is quiet.
Yep.
Oh no, they're worried. Side eye and Celeste. What does that mean? What does that mean, Panic? Well, here goes the red one. It was K-Dog.
She was back from the dead to do a murder.
Announcement. Oh.
It does like a Smash Bros. Like a new challenger is approaching.
Everyone voted for you, Soichi.
Did Kyo even vote for himself?
Yeah, I was gonna say that Kyo must have voted for himself.
Oh, well. At least he's honest.
Yep. We got it right. Shut up. Continue. You fools! It was Gota the whole time!
Haha! Gota, get away with it! Ah! Gota fall down the hole!
There's just a manhole just behind him. On Gota's legs!
Look at all them A's. Ah!
You A student.
Fucking good, man.
Got a negative 100 misses.
Thank you.
Wow! Seriously, you're correct again.
Yeah, motherfucker.
Amazing! This is the third correct verdict in a row.
If you manage to get 12 correct verdicts in a row, you'll proceed to the bonus round.
Oh, is that gonna last that long?
Yeah, it turns out that's why his game's so long, Brian. Is that more students come and there's actually like 12 trials total.
Oh, Jesus.
For now.
It's over. It's finally over.
No.
Oh, not yet. I haven't heard his answer yet. Kyo, why? Why did you kill Angie and Tenko?
Right.
Yeah, he no need to kill them both, no matter what motive he have. Oh. Motive?
Did your motive have something to do with the transfer student who was resurrected? Even if it did, though, how did that trigger a murder?
Don't tell me, were you actually scared of the resurrection ritual, Kaito?
Shut up! I never said I was scared.
The resurrection ritual had nothing to do with it.
Nothing to do with it.
Because we're friends, I'll tell you. I never once believed in the ritual. I would never kill someone over such a silly thing as that.
So it had nothing to do with the motive?
Panic says, yeah, the third Danganronpa V3 cast is my favorite.
Stop. Then why? For the one that I love.
There is someone that I love.
Yep. From the bottom of my heart. Someone so dear, someone I long for.
It is you, Soichi.
Whoa.
It's a butt!
Whoa. Oh, God. Is that are you, bro? You fucking your sister? Like, what's happening?
Yeah.
I don't like this actually. I don't think I like this.
He's just showing some brotherly love.
You ever just like hang out naked with your sister and let her lie on top of you, like touch her butt?
No, just me.
It's a normal thing families do, dude. Nothing weird about it.
I'll have to tell my brother. We'll have to do that.
Bragging about your perfect love life? Fuck you. Some of us aren't that lucky.
So, to see this love of yours, you had to escape.
That's why you killed Angie and Tenko? But why did you need to kill both?
If you asked if I did it to escape this place, my answer would be no.
Wonderful.
Because I have no need to escape this place. The one I love is inside. It's me. I love me. I'm perfect. Fuck all of you.
Inside.
Don't look at me. I'm not his lover.
Yeah.
Calm down. No one would want a disgusting shit-stuffed bitch like you anyway. What the what?
Theo, who is it? Who's the person you love?
Hey.
Is it really one of us?
No, he means inside him, you idiots.
When I say inside, I do not mean inside this academy. I mean inside me.
Sister.
Yes, the one I love lives inside me, my dearest sister. Sister?
Don't look at me. I'm not his sister.
Right?
Well, duh. If you were his sister, he would have killed himself already.
Your sister? But didn't you say she was your lover?
Whatever is the matter.
It is not that difficult. My sister is my lover. We're on Jerry Springer.
Gross.
I loved her so deeply. And she loved me so deeply.
And I was so deep inside of her.
The fact that we were siblings meant nothing to us.
This is some Game of Thrones shit.
They called it forbidden love.
Yeah, I mean, Japan loves their brother-sister romance.
They shouldn't. They should not.
How I long for my sister's warmth.
Stop.
The only time I felt at peace was when I was enveloped in my sister's warmth.
Okay. Well, I, for one, am glad that Kiyo's dying.
My beloved sister.
Because, yikes.
That is why, for my beloved sister, I had to.
Always messing around.
You had to escape from here, right?
No, I had to kill for her.
Huh?
What?
Sister.
Sister was very sickly. She was always in and out of the hospital ever since she was a child. Because of that, she didn't have many friends. She always seemed so lonely.
However,
even if I could be her little brother and her lover, I couldn't be her friend. So I thought I'd find her some friends. Friends for my dear deceased sister.
Huh?
Deceased?
Do you understand?
My sister's now a ghost, so her friend should be ghosts too, right?
For my beloved
For
sister.
sister's sake, I've killed many to send her 100 friends. They were all wonderful people, worthy of being sister's friends. What?
Incomprehensible.
This is too impossible to understand. Too impossible.
Sister.
Sister's very happy.
Yes, Korakiyo, I am very happy. Thanks to you, I am not lonely.
Could it be that the lipstick version of Kiyo is?
I am Korekio's older sister.
That is true. Thank you for looking after my little brother.
What the hell?
After I lost my beloved sister, I was so distraught I nearly went mad. But sister came to save me.
I am pleased.
She visited me during one of my seances and stayed inside of me.
Sister.
Now I can see her whenever I want. I'm never lonely.
Korekio.
That's wonderful, Korakiyo. Your love made the impossible possible.
Are you serious?
You were not alone. Are you serious? Is this really a spirit?
Panic says, when I played, I was waiting to romance Kyo until the incest, and that killed my boner. Yeah, it tends to do that, huh?
It tends to do that when you make love with your sister.
He's just delusional.
What a sad girl who can't even believe in the power of love.
Either way, he's totally out of his mind. I mean, he killed for a dead chick.
You said you killed a lot already, right? So it wasn't just the 2 you killed here.
What was that?
What?
Seems like he was already crazy before he got here.
Because?
You didn't kill to escape from here. That wasn't your purpose from the get-go.
You just wanted to slaughter a bunch, huh?
Unacceptable.
Do not make me out to be some bloodthirsty, indiscriminate killer. I only kill girls who I think are worthy of being sisters' friends.
Oh, I guess that's why he wanted to kill girls.
Only girls? I see. So when we were deciding on who should be the medium.
Before that, let's choose a spiritual medium. It would work best with a girl.
You said it would work best with a girl.
I spent my time evaluating all the girls here.
Wonderful.
And besides Maki and Miyu, they were all worthy. All worthy of being sisters' friends.
All worthy?
Why you?
Hey, how come I'm not included? I mean, not like I care.
Then
And the second victim could have been me. Tenko died in place of me.
She protect you, yo.
Then I'll do it. I can't think of anyone but me that Angie's spirit should go in.
No, I'll do it.
Weird that they switched to Tenko, but it was still Himiko's line. That confused me.
Yeah, I like opened my mouth and I'm like, no wait, that says Himiko.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to read, and then I saw the name. I was like, oh, okay.
Himiko would have been great, but Tenko volunteering made me so happy. Her noble, earnest heart made her a perfect friend for Sister.
Wonderful.
She even infiltrated the student council to protect Himiko. Oh, infiltrate, really?
But how did you?
It was obvious to me. I have studied many people. Yes, she stood up against the darkness of the school all by herself. All for her beloved friend.
Beautiful.
I was so touched by that. Wonderful. She was a perfect friend for Sister. I can understand why you didn't like her, Himiko. Though, I was planning on having you become Sister's friend too, eventually.
No way!
What? You do all that for?
Wow, you did all that just to kill. For you to go that far, that's
Pretty impressive.
You were interested in the caged child, so you could use it to kill someone, right?
Let's see.
It interested me as an anthropologist, of course. But more than that.
For my beloved
I wanted to
sister.
kill for Sister. I cannot deny that overpowering feeling.
Are you okay?
I know. Are you okay? You look kind of pale. Don't worry about it. Let's focus on Kyo right now.
Allow me to explain, though. I did not plan to kill both of them. I knew I would have plenty of chances after escaping this place. But Angie walking in on me preparing, and I ended up killing her a different way. Angie walked in on me prepared. Ugh, my bad. So I figured I may as well kill someone else too. After all, it would be a shame to just waste the seance trick I prepared.
You're talking like you killed her just because you could.
No, not just because I could. I was sending another friend to Sister.
Korekio, you're such a thoughtful little brother. But it was bad to get greedy.
You're right. Because of that, now I can't send 100 friends to Sister.
Do you understand now? Those were the circumstances of Korekio's crime.
I don't understand. This is all too impossible for me to understand.
Why?
That's right. Killing 2 friends for your dead sister. That wrong. That's so wrong. Oh, don't get so worked up. There's something I learned after sister's death.
Do not worry.
Death only changes a person's form. The soul lives on as a ghost.
That's right.
That's right. Even though I'm a ghost now, I am always by Korakio's side.
Sister.
Thank you, sister. I love you.
Cut it out already!
What was that?
I don't understand anything you're saying. Nothing's making sense. It's not fair. Why did Angie and Teiko have to die for something so unfair?
Because death is unfair.
Yeah.
And another thing.
All deaths are unfair deaths. Why do you think news stations get so high ratings when they're reporting about death? Because everyone likes unfair deaths.
Maybe.
Well, if you look at it like that, this whole killing game embodies that philosophy, right? Gifted high school students forced to play a killing game. Man, if people were watching this, they would get a kick out of it.
If people were watching this.
If people were playing this, game becomes self-aware. Knock off the bullshit. Only sick fucks would enjoy watching this.
You got me.
Hell yeah! If I wasn't in this killing game, I would have so much fun watching.
So then,
The nature of this killing game is yet shrouded in mystery. But my role in it is over. I have finished my explanation to you, friends.
sister.
I think I shall go and see her now. My beloved sister.
Sister.
I was unable to send her 100 friends, but at least I can see her again now.
Correctio.
It's alright, sweet Korakio. Come to me.
Looks like you're already prepared. Now then, let's get started. It's the moment y'all been waiting for. It's punishment time.
Yay!
Punishment time?
Sister.
My beloved sister, at long last, I'll finally get to see you again.
That's right.
Yes, from now on, no one will try to stop us. We can be together without having to hide our love from others.
Wait, I can't accept this!
Therefore,
Like I said, there's no such thing as a death that can be accepted.
from an anthropological...
Why do you think so many different cultures have funeral rites? Why do you think rumors of ways to resurrect the dead never cease?
Yes.
The living must find a reason, however forced, to accept death when it happens. How you come to terms with death also determines how you live, yes.
What was that?
What?
That was the answer I reached. How about you? How will you live a life that faces death?
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment.
Oh, that's it? Okay, cool. For the ultimate anthropologist, Koro Kyo Shiu
I will watch over you all as a ghost. As your friend, I will watch over you.
That's right.
It won't be just me and Korakio. All those who died will be watching.
I will be watching to see how you face the death of your friends.
Humanity's...
I'll be watching forever and ever.
It's punishment time!
Let's give it everything we got, cause it's punishment time. Yeah, I already said that
you
shit.
get it.
Yeah. When Kyo was just like,
I will always be watching.
in my head, I'm just like, Suichi's like,
Even when I masturbate?
Oh no.
Are you gonna watch me then?
Okay.
Cultural melting pot. Ultimate. Oh, okay.
Spin me right round, baby, right round. Uh-oh, Model Dam. So what are you gonna do?
They've done
I
a
think he's
death
gonna
like
kill
this
both of
before,
them.
haven't they?
Yeah, I think so. They burned someone before. He's about to push them both.
Yeah.
I'm about to lose both of them.
Oh no, he's going in himself! I lost another! Alright, well. It's just you voicing the bears now, Brian.
I thought he was gonna kill them both!
Wow.
Ghost boobies.
Oh. Oh, motherfucker got salt! Oh, they're killing the soul. Oh, that's so fucked.
Good riddance.
Holy shit. Holy shit!
That's great. That's just the right amount of fucked up.
Right? What?
No, Monodam, why? What the? To think my cute child would commit suicide.
Want to share a bear? No, it's fine. Brian can have his bears.
Dude, I legitimately thought both of mine were gonna just go. I thought it was gonna be Monodam and Monokuma.
Yep.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I kind of
dude.
thought they were gonna do an arc where like Monodam was gonna try to like
off
kill
each
Monokuma.
one by one.
Well, like off all of them, but I thought he wanted to take the place of Monokuma because there was when
Same.
Monokuma was gone, he was kind of taking lead for a while, and then once he had that taken
Yeah.
away from him, I thought he was gonna try to fight to get it back.
Exactly. Oh, wow. There's that second shoe, Mike. There it was.
Yeah, you're telling me.
It's so freaking cute that they would have killed himself just because he couldn't get along.
Yeah, cute. Sure.
Monodam committed suicide. I hadn't known this would happen. I would have been nicer to him. The only reason Monodam was obsessed with getting along was because everyone was bullying him. Wait, but everyone but me bullied him. Yes, the other monocops drove him to suicide, but not me.
Hey, who's Monodam?
What are we talking about?
Huh? You already forgot? That's kind of scary. Well, looks like another Clash trial is wrapped up without an incident. So, I'm gonna take back this here Necronomicon. Seems like a waste, though. You guys should have. You guys sure you don't want to use it? Ooh, you guys could have brought someone back to life and added them to your roster.
Shut up! How long are you gonna keep talking like that?
Gonna.
Ignore him. The whole resurrection ritual was obviously a lie. He's just trying to shake up us mentally to get us to panic. I'm assuming you think another murder would happen if you did that, right?
Panic, I just gotta ask, did you I mean, you had to have known from the beginning. Did you think it was funny that when we split up the bears, I picked all the ones that die?
Yeah, I'll say. You had to know, right, Panic?
You had to have been like, wow.
Who can say? What a waste. If none of y'all were gonna use it, you should have let me have it. And then I could have resurrected one of my dead siblings.
Which one?
Oh, you don't remember? Don't remember what? Clearly I don't.
Oh.
Remind me.
Yeah, I don't. I don't remember.
Well, I don't know. They were all pretty terrible, actually.
Wait, did one of us die? I could have sworn it's just been the two of us this whole time.
It's too bad you missed your chance to raise the dead. That's what you get for doubting me. Too bad.
So long. Farewell.
Nothing. Panic, what are you doing? What are you doing over there?
What are you doing, Panic?
What are you doing in Panic? Making me feel weird. My penis.
Even now, he still talks about raising the dead.
Always messing around.
Man, this is stupid. What people believe in is up to them, but living people shouldn't have to suffer because of the dead.
Of course.
The living are more precious than the dead, no matter what.
That's not something a coward like you should say.
Shut up. Leave me alone.
But there's one thing that this case taught me. I thought there was a god watching over us, but there isn't anything at all. Not in this academy.
Yeah, you're right. Gonta is atheist now.
You're right.
Well, that's why we have to work together, right? Face it together. Our ultimate talents are the best weapons we have.
Gonta do his best.
Then Gonta do his best to keep everyone safe. Gonta want to protect everyone. Gonta knows he keeps saying that, but Gonta mean it.
This time.
This time for sure.
But your talent is Ethology.
Entomology.
Got in one. Fuck.
Got it in one.
I don't want Suichi to use his ultimate talent anymore. I'm getting sick of class trials.
You're right.
Yeah. You're right.
Hey, your talent as an assassin is way more trouble. When are you gonna use that, huh?
I'll work hard until everyone trusts my ultimate talent.
Huh?
That's right.
It may not be possible now, but I'll put in the effort so everyone can trust me. I won't run away anymore. I want to survive and escape this place with everyone.
Maki. My wife.
I see. I wonder how long that'll last. What if your true calling is as a killer shows?
I don't underestimate her. Maki rolls one of my sidekicks.
Got a minute?
I don't remember being your sidekick. Also, didn't I tell you to stop calling me Makiro?
Oh, you guys are so close now. This must be the powerful bond of friendship. But I would have preferred it to happen sooner, especially not after losing 7 people.
You right. Only 9 people left now. Gonta not doing real good job at protecting, Gonta admit, but...
Well, what do you know? The dumbass can do basic math. That's right, 7 pieces of shit have been flushed away and only 9 remain.
Actually,
By that calculation, doesn't that make you one of the pieces of shits?
But,
Just 9 of us.
well,
Humans are like weeds, too numerous to count. 7 of us dead doesn't mean much in the end. That's totally what the heartless robot is thinking, right? Right?
No, I'm not thinking that. You blatant is simply excusable. Got that sentence really well.
The idea he's like so flustered he just can't fucking say what he's trying to say.
You're right.
Latent robophobia is simply inexcusable.
That sentence got me. But hey, none of us gave up, right? I know we're all gonna escape. I'm not gonna rely on a god, spirits, or the dead.
I believe in you.
Just you guys. I believe in all of you.
Bank says, anyway, look forward to after stream for me to send you some Disney music to the Discord. Do it.
Do it.
Kibo switch to dial up for a sec. Yeah.
Kaido.
Well, of course.
You're right. Those of us who remain can start over.
Hold up. Keyboy needs to apologize to everyone for the whole student council thing. And there's only one kind of apology that I'm willing to accept.
How exciting!
Yank your head off and smash it onto the ground with all your strength. Got that?
No way.
I've never heard of such an intense form of apology. It seems like everything is settled for now. Even though we're missing her.
You alright?
Himiko, you okay? Anything Gonta can do to help? You can tell Gonta. Gonta protect. He do good job. Promise.
Hey.
I think we should let her have some space for now. That might be best for her.
Okay.
I remember how I felt.
Oh, Gonta understand.
You're so dumb.
God, Himiko is such a liar.
Huh?
Because I'm a liar.
Personally, I don't think lies are exactly a bad thing. Let's face it, you wouldn't have any free will if the world was comprised with just the truth. But even then, I don't think it's good to lie to yourself, you know?
What are you saying? Think about Himiko's feelings for a little bit.
I only said this because I thought about it.
Because?
Himiko has been lying to herself about her own feelings, so she's been holding back. Hey, what are you repressing? Why are you trying so hard to hold back?
What? Hold back.
Expressing your feelings is perfectly natural. You shouldn't feel ashamed at all. So, if you feel like crying while you're talking to Angie, go ahead and cry your eyes out. You'll feel better when you do. Well, I mean, laugh. Laughing makes you feel better too. And venting your anger onto something can really cheer you up. Train your heart by crying, laughing, and venting your anger, Himiko.
Tuko, Angie, I'm so lonely. I'm so lonely without you two. But I gotta survive. I still can't go to where you are. But I'm lonely. I'm so lonely without the both of you.
Himiko. Damn it!
Oh, Gonta cry too?
Himiko cried for a long time, and we all just stood there and watched. She cried as if she was releasing all the emotion she had bottled up in there.
And as she cried louder, Gonta cried louder for some reason. It was kind of weird. It was like Gonta was trying to make it a contest or something. It's like, Gonta, this isn't about you.
Before we knew it, as allured by her doing so, we began to cry. Crying. The tears were shed. I couldn't even describe it. We were crying about what we had been through and what was to come.
Gonta's big ass bear feed during the
sadness, hatred, frustration, discord, fuck discord, anger, love.
Brian, that is the you thing ever. Like you have cried because of hatred and frustration for Discord.
Dude, Discord can suck my ass. I'm sorry. Discord, if you're listening, you could suck my ass, each and every one of you. Anyways,
tears filled with emotion. But at the very least, they weren't tears of submission. They were tears to push us forward.
Fucking Discord.
Fucking Discord.
After a while, Himiko finally calmed down. However...
Oh, that's cute. That's so cute.
No.
Oh!
Are you really asking Gonta if the smallest person is hard to carry? Gonta could carry a building.
She's sleeping very peacefully.
I need a picture of that. Oh my god, that is cute.
That's precious.
Tuckered out after crying. Robots sleep well after leaking their oils too, right?
I've told you many times that I do not.
Gonta would make
use
such a
oil
good
as my
father.
Fuel source.
Dude, that's exactly what I was just thinking. Oh my god. We're on the same wavelength tonight. You're really pulling like my thoughts out.
Peaceful sleeping like that.
She probably felt better after letting it all out, don't you think?
Yeah, I hope so.
She is going to sleep like
Then
an
Gonta
angel.
carry Himiko to her room.
Make sure you focus real good on your back, you hear me? You'll need
Shut
to
up.
focus if you want to feel her little mosquito bites poking ya.
The fuck? What are you talking about?
There's no way he'd do such a thing. Gonta is a gentleman after all.
That woman needs to be locked up.
While we were heading back to the dorms, I suddenly noticed.
My shoe's been untied this whole time. Embarrassing.
Kaido stopped in his tracks. Kaido, what's wrong? Hmm? Oh, nothing. I just wanted to get some night air. Don't worry about me. Go on ahead. Huh? Are you sure?
Anyway, and don't do anything like this again, okay? If you dislike scary things, then you should have just said so earlier. I thought you were sick.
You worried about me?
Yeah, worried about your stupidity.
Got him.
Ha! Still haven't warmed up to me, huh?
Maybe not. I feel like the wall we had up are coming down a little, you know? Perhaps those walls were her enemies. It seems like she doesn't want to wait anymore.
Yeah, 'cause of me.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe. But you sound like you're bragging, Kaido.
But like I said, I'm gonna get some air before I go back. You go on ahead.
Okay.
Sure, got it. See you tomorrow.
Yeah, see you tomorrow.
But they didn't see him tomorrow.
It's just stop it. Get out of my brain.
After our goodbyes, I returned to my dorm room. I noticed what was going on with Kaido.
I don't know if that cough
Oh,
came
no,
up.
I didn't hear that at all.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. He's coughing himself.
Oh shit, he got the tuberculosis. Oh shit.
Oh, Kaito's got lung cancer. Now he's gonna have to cook crystal meth.
I don't have time to be dying. I still haven't gone into space yet. Damn it. No way am I gonna die here.
This is interesting. I don't know if we've ever had a Danganronpa character who was like
Slowly
dying of an
dying
illness.
off. Yeah. Isn't it when you cough up blood? Isn't that tuberculosis, right?
Well, there could be any number. If you're coughing up blood, there's
Oh,
an
okay.
issue with the lungs. It could be any number of things.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I just know that's like an indicator for
Sure, yeah,
tuberculosis, right?
that totally could, yeah. Oh
That's
man,
the only thing I know.
Mysterio. Oh, yeah, we got Korikio's mask. Great. Yes, I do
Now we
want
can
to
wear it.
save.
Well, fuck.
Well, fuck indeed, Brian. We did it. Trial 3 down.
We killed a man.
Yeah, well, you know, it happens. Oh, well, thank you, everyone, for joining us. As always, appreciate it. Appreciate your support. Hope you're enjoying it. We certainly are. By the way, tomorrow, I think the plan is we're going to be streaming more In Sound Mind. We streamed that a couple weeks ago. That's a fun, spooky game. Also, on the YouTube will be the first part of the video series that Brian was working on and editing for In Sound Mind. So please check that out tomorrow. He worked real hard on it. I got to see some of
Please.
it. There's a lot of really fun edits. So even if you saw the live stream, you ain't seen the video. Watch the video. It's good.
I'm a level with you. It's different.
It is. No, he put a lot of effort into it, and it's really good. So please watch that. Also, if you haven't seen, I did a 30-minute speed run of Dark Souls, which was just seeing how far I could get in 30 minutes. That was a lot of fun. That's on the YouTube. Check that out. More stuff coming. Fyro episode 9, Saturday. It's happening. This one's a fun one. If you enjoy Yusha and Tug's shenanigans, this one's chock full of it. So give it a watch. I'd really appreciate it. If you like any of the stuff you see and you feel like sharing it around or whatever, that always helps, and we appreciate that too.
Yes, please.
Anything else?
I think that's it, my guy. I think that's the tail end.
Alrighty. Well, you guys have a fantastic night. We'll see you tomorrow.
I love you.
Love you all. Bye-bye.